Oh, wow. I guess it is true. Steve Mignante thinks my car is cool.
I should
What's
probably
up,
put
everybody?
How's it
Look,
going?
I should probably put my phone on silent.
Mr. Hobbs from Backwoods
Yes.
Performance finally got a camera.
I know it was like $14.
Now watch, Jed's gonna get on here later and he ain't gonna have his camera on.
You still don't have the camera.
Oh. Probably got a whole lot of people. I know Bear Rose is still running his. We got one viewing. He's probably one of us in here. Oh well, people will watch it later.
Yep.
Hey, it's a weird hour. Everybody tunes in now.
Yep.
Well, it's the thing is I had Brad on, and he couldn't do it till earlier because he's the other time. What's up, Blake? What's up, Dennis?
What's up?
Dennis is going to come out and help me with my car later tomorrow.
If you
Oh,
quit
yeah.
breaking things, he wouldn't have to help you.
Huh?
If you quit breaking things, he wouldn't have to help you.
No, I'm not breaking things. I'm trying to put things together, but things are fighting me left and right. Because I'm
Then go ahead
dealing
and
with
finish
junk.
breaking them.
I'm working with junk. Ken, what are you doing? Get in here, Ken.
Dennis, the Belvedere is a 67. It's my first car, which is still a project in progress.
You still have that car?
Yeah, I actually just got the quarter panels patched up and done on it like a year ago, and I didn't want the car rotting away, so I worked a deal out with my uncle, and it's currently sitting in storage. Which, I just got a 383 for the car. I've got a good 4-speed laying around, and I picked up a good center chunk from Mark from Bigfoots and Mopars up at Mopars in the Park. So now I'm out of excuses not to put it together.
Nice. Blake, bonfire night. Oh man, I wish it was cool enough to do that here. It's cooler. It wasn't real hot today, but oh, I just had an aggravating day. Real aggravating. That's all right. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow is always better unless you got to go to work.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stay up till 5 in the morning tonight like I did last night. I
I'm not
was
able
going to
to
go
do
to
that
bed
anymore.
early. It's like, oh, JB's got a live going on, huh? Oh, I'll jump in there and say hi. Yeah, saying hi ended up being 5 in the morning. He ran a 7-hour live.
7 hours. Dang.
Good God.
Well, ours used to run 5.
Did we really run stuff that long?
Oh, mine? Oh, yeah, I used to run mine 5 hours. 5 hours was nothing. I know I can't get anything done when I stay up all night. I need to quit staying up all night. Or I just need to go to the shop and stay up all night at the shop.
See, I've got to get up super early now. They moved me to first shift at work.
Dude.
But that's really what I need to do is get a laptop. Oh, you moving? Oh, first shift. Yuck.
I wake up at 2:30 my time.
Ew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You work Monday through Friday?
Monday through Thursday.
Not bad.
No, if it was, I could deal with 410s on first shift, but if I had to do anything extra, I would probably have a problem.
I thought about going to first shift. I don't know.
Don't do it.
It would end up being 5 days a week, and then they want you to work a bunch of overtime. I'd make a lot more money, but just I wouldn't have time to do anything.
I work first shift 7:30 to 4, Monday through Friday.
First shift's not worth it.
Did you call Brad today, Dennis? You said you picked up your heads last night. Did you call Brad today and see where he's at on your motor? Dennis is getting all the machine work done on like a 500 plus cubic inch big block to go into his duster. He's getting all the machine work done and everything, and he's going to assemble it in his living room
Nice.
because
That's
he's
the best place to
single.
do it.
How was he going to get it out of his living room?
Or no, maybe not his living room, but he says he's gonna do it in the house. So I told him. Oh, he hasn't gotten anything yet. He hadn't. You didn't tell him that to take his time, did you? That's the problem with our machinist. He does great work and he's cheap, but if you tell him take your time, yeah, he takes his time.
So I managed to convince my buddy Dave to trim the lips on the quarter panels on his Duster, and he just sent me a text back saying he finally did it.
How much did he trim them?
I don't know. They were
You
like
should
his
send him a
tires were.
picture of my car and say, this was just a little bit of trimming. I was able to fit them tires in there.
Well, he didn't want to cut anything off at all because it's a 340 stick car. Even though he always ribbed me going stock shit stank, but whatever.
Mine, all I had to cut was a little bit in the front because the Dusters do something goofy in the front of the wheel well.
I told him to send me some pictures, so I'm waiting on him to send them now.
Mine, I don't think. I mean, I guess. If somebody's like a Duster aficionado, they'd be able to tell mine's cut, but I can't tell it's cut.
We'll see. Dennis comments up. He knows Dave and Justin, and that's all they deal in anymore is A-bodies. Which I wish Dave would friggin' finish his demon he's got. Like, it's I think a 72. Car is yellow. I don't know what it is about the yellow with the black stripes, but I love that car.
They're the ones that bought the white car, right?
Yes.
That white Duster?
Yep. I remember that car too.
That mine and Dennis's friend put a bunch of work to and then just sold it before he even took it to the track to see what it would run. It's like,
I
my
think
God.
Dave's nephew that ended up with the car, he dynoed it. I mean, I can't remember what it was making. It did really good, though.
Smoke Ridge, what's up? Oh, man. Holy shit.
What?
Oh, I was looking at Marketplace again and scrolled down and only had to scroll down one line for something crazy to show up.
How crazy are we
it?
talking?
You want to see it?
Sure.
It's pretty
Absolutely.
crazy. It's pretty crazy. Hold on. It's got a video, and I paused the video.
Dennis, I don't remember what that white car was making on dyno. I think you're right. I think it was around 475. It was really good.
It was 475 to the tire, yeah. That car would have ripped.
That car was really, really good.
Wow.
$28,000.
That's amazing.
Wow. That is crazy.
I want to see
did
it.
you?
You just think of the size of the mullet on the person that buys that.
I wish that car had T-tops.
That is cool.
I want to see it doing a big smoky fucking burnout, though. That would sell it.
Man, they sunk some money in that car.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Brad.
That is full-on race car.
What's up,
Dude,
Brad?
wow.
What's up?
I'd drive that on the street. Brad, you drive that on the street, wouldn't you?
Man, I can't believe you said $8,000 for that. No way.
No, 28 grand. 28.
Yeah, that thing's bad to the bone, man.
If it was 8, I'd be wanting to buy it. I'd grow
Yeah,
a
no
mullet.
doubt.
But now they want 28 for it. Still
That's
28.
sweet.
He's got to have 20 in the motor.
All day.
Engine light. There you are.
All right. Oh, damn it. What's up? Do you want to? Do you think, William? You think we should share the banner for our banner for No Name? Let everybody see it.
I don't see why we would have to keep it secret.
Yeah, throw it up there. You got the best.
Unless,
picture.
well, I would check with Jed first and see.
Oh yeah, because it's got the car he's bringing. I don't know if he wants.
Hey, 2 out of 3 majority vote.
What was that banner John Wilburn put up by the bleachers? when you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh, was it the troll seating one?
Yeah, that's what it was. Troll
Yeah.
seating. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, what was the name of that banner? That was so fun.
That's good.
We got a. We're making a what is it going to be? A 4x8 banner
4 foot by 8 foot banner.
for our camp.
Where
Better
are you
get
guys?
your
staying?
American flag stuff, William.
Well, that
You need to find a way to mount an American flag to the Charger for the burnout competition.
I was already thinking some kind of a bumper mount. If I can make it myself.
Yeah, I just put mine on a PVC pipe and then just zip tie it with those big, huge zip ties, the thick ones, right to the back bumper. That's how I do my videos every once in a while.
Oh, I got some of those metal zip ties that they use for the header wrap.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
some of those left. Those would hold it on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Just
some
jam it in there.
really big. I think the larger plastic zip ties would honestly probably work a little bit better. I think the metal zip ties need to have something solid behind it to hold it.
Well, you can do it to the
tight.
bumper.
Metal zip tie would also scratch the chrome too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's minor
Like
things.
you worry about scratching the chrome on that.
I don't want to. I don't want to scratch my the crappy chrome on the bumper.
Like scratch some of the rust off of it.
Yeah, exactly. Why would I want to take rust off the car?
To be fair, rust is its value to a Charger.
Anymore, it seems like rust is adding value to stuff as long as it ain't going all the way through. If
Yeah,
you can
that's
find
right.
something that's just surface rusted, people are loving that shit.
Dude, the guys that think surface rust is like actual rust, that drives me crazy. I
Yeah,
would
because
kill
you,
to have
you,
stuff with just surface rust
you
on
can
it.
say a rust-free car. That doesn't mean it doesn't have surface rust on it. That means it doesn't have holes in it. That's what a rust-free
Exactly.
car is.
Rust-free car, what's that?
We need to get Brad. We need to get you on a wide, guys. I don't know if you ever watch when we do that, but
What
we
is it?
basically go through. Well, yeah, you watched it the one time because we put your car up there when you were selling that purple car.
Oh yeah. You go through Marketplace, right?
Yeah, see, but everybody has a different marketplace, and you would see like different stuff than we would. I think I
I'll
saw
do-
yours because I'm part of one of the groups that you're in, or your group.
I'll just do my backyard, and that'll be like you guys can talk shit about all my cars back there.
Oh man, Dennis, is Justin really coming off of that dart? I've been hounding him about that thing. He's got a sweet black little 340 stick 70 dart.
I'm hoping that. What's up, Ken?
Oh,
Hey.
well,
Hey,
I'm hoping that when my buddy sells his Duster, he's going to be getting out of the shop behind mine, and I'm going to move into that shop, and I think Dennis is going to move into my shop. So that way, because Dennis ain't got no place to work on stuff, and he needs to work on shit. He's a hell of a body man.
Is that place bigger? If you switch,
Huh?
is it bigger?
No, it's just the garage doors in a different spot. It's like I don't know if you ever heard what my shop is. It's basically it's an old school, and my
Yeah.
shop is one of the classrooms, and they just
Oh,
knocked out one of the section of it and put in a garage door, and that's basically my shop is the size of a classroom, but it ends up being like a three. It could be you could fit like 3 or 4 cars in there.
how far is your shop away from your house?
Right now, it's about 20 minutes away. It used to be just around the corner, but I moved. I kind of
Uh,
wish I still lived just around the corner because I'd get a lot more done.
yeah, that's tough having your place away. Because if you're feeling frisky, you want to just go back outside and go do some stuff. You don't want to drive,
Yeah.
and then have to go work.
Ken in the background. Hey, you got a nice house, Ken.
Got a grand piano,
You
everything.
play that piano?
Yeah, that's right.
Looks
Ken's
a lot like Tall
baller.
John's house.
Yeah, it looks like Tall John's house from last time he was on here. Did you buy Tall John's house, Ken?
I think we got the same interior designer, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man, this year I think No Name is going to be a absolute blast. I mean, it was fun last year, but everybody was kind of getting used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This
I'm
year
looking-
we know what to expect, and
Yeah.
oh my god,
I'm looking forward to Thursday.
yeah, he added an extra day for us.
I'm looking forward to
basically.
Thursday night.
Oh yeah, going to Lambert's. That's what I'm looking
Yes.
forward to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Actually,
drive.
now
I'm
that
thinking
I'm-
about, I'm thinking about driving my drag car up there, man.
I would.
I'm
I
gonna
thought
put a
about
fast one.
driving- I thought about taking my Cushman to Lambert's, but I
You should drive
I
the
think I
Cushman
want
up there.
I think I want to stick with the Charger going to Lambert's.
Oh, Brad, just in case you didn't know, William is like nuts over these Cushman trucksters. Show him the picture. Put the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
up behind
Yeah,
you.
I'll go to the one that started it all first. This is my 1965 Cushman Truckster.
Yeah.
3-speed manual, 18 horsepower. It's got hydraulic brakes, gas tank in the back, looks like a big muffler, and it's super
Basically, a
fun.
big old 3-wheel. Not even. It's actually bigger than a golf cart, isn't it?
A little bit bigger than a golf cart, yeah. Similar
How,
footprint, but a little bit bigger.
What year is that thing?
1965.
Oh,
For its
And
age, I picked up this thing as a basket case. It was completely taken apart. The bed was off of it. The motor and transmission assembly was out of it. The front cowl piece was loose. Some of the brackets were for the front cowl piece were just cut off. The front fender was off. It was just a mess. I actually bought this one with the express purpose of putting the 440 into it. But as I was
He's wanting to build a 440 Cushman.
440 Cushman,
that-
yeah. I'm building a 440 Cushman that I'm calling the Red Rocket. So if you hear me talk
Basically
about
gonna
Red
be,
Rocket, then it's my 440 Cushman project. But I bought this one, the one that's behind me, with the purpose of putting the 440 into it. But I started putting stuff back together on it just to keep everything together so it wasn't scattered everywhere. And I actually realized that this thing was actually in pretty fantastic original condition. These things never had any kind of rust preventative anything. And this thing, for being from 1965, it is really, really solid. And I know it's 1965 because I found a date code on one of the original plug wires that were still on it.
oh, that's cool.
And
What happened?
It was underneath the starter, and when I was changing the plug wires, I saw the date on it, and it said that it was like a 365 or something like that.
What happened is you bought something that's a goof, and it turned into one of those obsession things, you know, like we get with cars. He's doing that with Cushman's now.
Well,
You own what, 3 of them?
I have 3. Yeah, there's this one behind me, and see, I got another one. Let me see. And then there's these two. The red one is going to be the orange one is going to be the Red Rocket. I'm calling it the Red Rocket because first time I saw pictures of it, I could swear up and down that it was red. And then the yellow one behind it is a 73 Cushman. It's got a cab and everything on it.
Yeah, it's
That's
one of
cool,
those
man.
things he keeps saying he's not going to sell it, but
He
or
kept saying he was
keeps saying
gonna
he's
sell it
sell
originally.
but you know he ain't going to sell
In its current state,
it. In
It's
its
not for
current
sale.
state,
I need to replace. I've got a really bad frame rail piece on the 73 that I've already got the frame rail section. I just need to cut out the old and weld in the new, and get it running and driving. Once I get it running and driving where I feel safe with it, I'm gonna make my final decision from there. But in its current state, it's not for sale.
mm-hmm. It's not going to be for sale when you fix it up either, because then you're going to fall in love with it. It's going to be like everything else. It's going to be like all of us with our shit. You don't want to
Well,
sell
this-
it because you
You
love
can't
it.
have just
Well,
one.
My 65 has a very rare rear end gear that they discontinued early on, and I could potentially reach speeds of about 55. Top speed is about 55.
You know, they probably discontinued that gear for a reason.
They
Because
discontinued.
people were dying.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
didn't
know
want
why
people
they
going
just-
55 on a Cushman. That's-
It was it's a 443 gear. They discontinued that early on and went with the 471. And they kept the 471 for a good while. And the models that were not designated for the street got like 10 point something and 13 point something. The 73 has a 1025 gear. So it's 30 is going to be its top speed. It is
But
not
now
going to be very
you're
fast.
bringing you're bringing that one, right?
I'm bringing this one, yeah.
This year. Basically, it's like a pit vehicle, and basically because it's been on your channel and you're showing
Yeah.
it off. Okay. I wouldn't
And
mind having
next
one for
year-
a pit vehicle, though.
And next year is
Next
when
year.
I'm planning on having the Red Rocket at No Name.
Yes,
What-
I need to
what-
buy a
what are
mini
you gonna
bike
do
before
with
No
it?
Name.
I'm going to enter the Red Rocket into the burnout competition next year.
You're gonna win 3 years in a row.
If I do win 3, hopefully, fingers crossed, I win again this year.
I think you
If
got.
I win next year, it's going to be because of the Red Rocket.
I don't know, man. My brother says he's coming for you this year.
I'm no,
I'm
you don't
ready for it.
understand. I'm privy to the secret that only 3 people know. I know the secret.
I got plans. But yeah, it's I'm looking forward to the burnout competition, honestly, because I know the competition is going to be fierce, and it's going to be insane.
How many
What
cars
do
are
you
going to be
say?
in the burnout this year?
Not really going to know until it happens.
Yeah, because all you do, they just say, okay, we're doing a burnout competition, and everybody wants to get into it, just pulls up there.
Nobody's talking behind the scenes about it or anything.
I think there's a couple
I'm
people
sure-
talking about
Yeah,
it.
I'm sure there's a couple of people talking about it, but it's not something. I guess it's something that people can build for, and plan for. But I personally have not really heard of anybody talking about it. But yeah, I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome.
So what's going to be different about Thursday? Is it not just a setup day? Is it an actual day, an event day, or what?
Well, the thing is, it's like Thursday is kind of a setup day, but you're also they're gonna tech cars in on Thursday, so we don't
Oh,
have
are
to
they?
go through all that. And
Well,
he
that's
said
good.
he's got something planned for Thursday. I don't know what, and they're gonna let people, like, if you got a weekend pass, spectators, they're gonna let them in on Thursday for free to kind of hang out,
Gotcha.
I actually need to get my new slicks and tubes ordered before September.
Well,
My
you
brother
guys,
just got some Mickey
Brad, you was
Thompson.
there on Thursday last year, wasn't you?
Yeah, we showed up
Yeah.
Wednesday night.
Oh, Wednesday night.
Yeah, we got there around like 11.
If I had known that Thursday was going to be a decent day for people to hang out, and if I'd known that they were doing a Lambert's cruise in, I would have. I
you
probably would have
would've
been there
known.
Thursday last year. I showed up early Friday.
I actually might take off from work a few hours early just so I can make it to the Lambert's cruise that Thursday night.
I'm taking off Wednesday.
I'm
Because
off.
I'm going to get everything ready, and then I got some. I got people. Anybody driving through St. Louis, there's like 4 or 5 guys going to show up. We're going to hang out at the shop on Wednesday night. Maybe I'll go out and get something to eat.
Well, if
I gotta see
anybody's driving
exactly
through
what route I'm
Memphis, I'd love to do a little caravan up there.
You ought to talk to Shane. Shane from Slant Daily. He lives right up there by you.
Yeah,
You guys
I
should
think
probably
him and
caravan together.
Big Block
You,
402. I think.
Travis, huh?
I think him and Big Block 402, but I think he's in Arkansas. I think.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
not
think he's
sure.
got to come through where you're at.
Well,
You
it
guys should
depends
all
on which
talk
way he
about
wants to go.
doing
Yeah,
you need to get in touch with him because that'd be cool.
it would be cool to meet up and just caravan out there. It'd be really cool.
Have you seen what he's bringing? Shane from Slant Daily, that Cookie Monster.
I don't think I have.
Oh
What is
my
that?
god!
I'm bad about keeping up with people's videos.
He
I'm
showed an
I'm
old
bad about
video
keeping up
of
with
it.
people's videos.
He showed an old video of it on the street, and it just him just doing a launch on the street. And
Yeah.
he looked violent as hell. I was like, oh my god!
What car
And
is it?
he said it's a. Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. It's like a '67 Dart with a 360 in it that he built, small block, but I want to say he was running low 10s in that car before,
Really?
and now he's doing a bunch of stuff to it. He's putting a power glide in it, and he's going to spray it with a bunch of nitrous. He filled the block, and he's going to spray it with a bunch of nitrous.
What's his channel's name again?
Slant Daily Garage.
Let's say I got a link here. I'm gonna post it in the comments here, Brian.
Okay, let me see. Do I need to make you a admin or are
Oh,
you?
hold up. I gotta actually sign into my YouTube on StreamYard.
Yeah, let me. I need to make a couple different people admins.
I'm not gonna lie. I know we haven't had this year's No Name yet, but I'm more excited for next year just because I'll have a car I don't have to be scared about breaking next year.
We could always just bring Ben.
Well, I'm bringing Ben this year, but the
Oh,
problem
okay.
is I've got McCacken as the next show right after No Name, and we've already put on our paperwork that we're gonna drive the car in. So
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah, can't break it.
Well, you don't have to drag race it. I mean, just having it
Yeah,
there.
just hang out.
Have it
Just
there.
have
Well,
it
I'm
there
gonna
and hang
drag race
out and drive it around, and maybe you make 1 or 2 trips down the track. Type something in chat, Brian. William, you do it too. I'm going to make you an admin too. There he is. Oh, god damn it. I can't get. What is this stupid heart thing that they put up? It gets in the way. Add as moderator.
And honestly, the only reason why I didn't go down the track at all, I didn't even get on the track for the picture at last year's No Name was because I knew my Charger had a decent power steering leak, and I didn't want to drip anything on the track.
Well, you got that fixed now,
I
don't you?
just yesterday or day before, I forget, dropped the steering gearbox out of my Charger, which wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be, honestly. I didn't have to take the starter off. I didn't have to take the drag link off or anything, or the steering bar or anything off of it. I took the Pitman arm off the box, tucked it away, and took the lines and steering coupler and everything off, and it I had to play with it getting out, but it just fell out. Replaced my input and output shaft seals that were leaking and put it back up. So fingers crossed, I'm not going to have any more power steering leaks. Now I got to fix my transmission pan leak, and I may have to invest in that $40-$50 pan gasket.
There you go, Brad. There's Slant Daily Garage. He does a tech talk every Wednesday. Wednesday night he does a tech live.
I was just checking them out on my phone, but I didn't get to. I seen the car, but I didn't see him ripping it.
Yeah, I can't remember what video he put out, or if it was on his live of that car doing a launch. But that thing's gonna be he's wanting to he's gonna enter the 10.5 class.
Is he?
It would be cool.
Yeah, he said he wasn't gonna enter the bracket race because he's got money on that Just Mopar Joe bounty too.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
What's the stipulation on that again?
Let's see. You got him. If you have a Slant Daily sticker on your car, I think it's $100 if you beat Joe in the bracket race. And then Cope has got one. If you beat John, if you beat him in the bracket race, it's like I could be wrong here, but it's like $75. And if you get a Cope Racing Transmission sticker, it's $100. And if you're actually running Cope Racing parts, it's like $150 if you beat Joe.
In the bracket race, not heads up.
Yeah, in the bracket race.
Man, they're gunning for Joe this year.
I know.
Yeah, it's pretty well. It's all in good fun, you know.
It would. I don't really care who it's up against, but I would love to go down the track with my Charger at least once.
You should get if I'm not saying that he's going to bring it because he hasn't announced anything yet. But if Jed brings the yard dart, you could probably race him in that. That'd probably be a good little race because that car's not like race car
big
fast
block
or anything.
It'd be
William,
small
I'll
block
run you.
versus big block, but he does have a cam in there.
Oh yeah, he's got some go fast stuff on that car. That and it's you got a big block, but you're a B body, and that's a body with a small block. Yeah. So,
William, I'll run you.
I think that would be a really good race. Just
man,
for
if
fun,
I was
man,
running you,
I don't know if I'd want to do it.
Say,
Brian, if I was running you, I'd
right.
swerve over in your lane a little bit just to try to scare you so you'd slow down because you don't want to wreck that $1 million Mr. Norm.
see, that's
one of
exactly
three.
my downfall.
I have never had my car to any kind of track to actually go down the track. I have never done that at all. So I'm going to be probably just like Jed was, my legs jittering and everything, and nervous as hell going down the track.
Well, I've never
I'm
raced a
just gonna-
4-speed car, so
I'm just going to be trying to break shit's what I'm going to do. I don't care.
Yeah, our transmission
Unless-
isn't coming home in one piece. I can already tell.
Are you bringing the
I'm back. My internet cut out for a second.
Ken? Are you bringing the Ranger?
I don't know if I'm bringing the Ranger or not. We're talking about it. We're really wanting to get the other car we're working on now down there. So we'll see. I don't think the Ranger will pass tech. So
tech schmeck, who needs it?
I need to know some information on tech, on what all they usually look at, because I've never done anything.
I think, and he may pop in here later and we can ask him, or if not, I can call him and ask him to make 100% sure. But I think on John Wilburn's Live next Friday, I think it's at 7 Central. He's going to be discussing tech on his live. He's going to
Okay.
have the tech
gonna need
guy
to tune
on
into
his
that one.
live, and anybody that has questions, you can ask there.
It's gonna be the same guy that was out there.
Deke, yeah. You didn't have no problems passing tech, did you?
Mm-mm.
Do your
I'll-
frame rails have to be intact?
I don't know what they're even looking at that crap.
Mine are intact for the most part.
But the ones on Ben are, but
Passenger side is got a couple of holes in it, but man, it's still solid.
Savings.
Our frame is two completely different frames welded together. So if that passes, like.
Are you trying to keep stuff a secret over there, Ken, or
No,
have you put videos out on this car? Because I haven't looked at your. I'll admit 100%, I
I
haven't looked
put
at your channel.
one video out on the car the other day.
Okay.
I put one out.
I'll go and check it out.
It's nothing. It's
After
nothing
this.
crazy. It's a 360 small block with a turbo in a 50s Chrysler's Windsor. I don't know how to say it. It's not my car.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna try to get record a video tomorrow to go out middle of next week. I have a bunch of stickers from last year's No Name in here, and I'm gonna have a sticker bomb deck lid on the back of the Charger.
I gotta get stickers made.
Brad, do you have a picture of the orange car up on your Facebook? I don't think
Orange?
William has seen it.
The orange car.
Yeah, the one you got for sale. That we was
Oh, the
talking about?
38 Plymouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there. It shouldn't be that
Okay.
far down. You just scroll and it should be in there.
The reason I
For
asked
sale, 5,000. It's paying my way to No Name Nationals.
man's gotta eat.
Let's see.
$1,000 for us to get there in gas.
Mm.
It cost nine. I think it was at $975, give or take, round trip last year. So
I don't remember what it was for gas last year.
Gas prices are a little better this year, though, aren't they?
what's that?
The gas prices are a little better this year. I know diesel is.
Yeah.
Probably depends
Diesel's
on what
way
state
cheaper.
you're in.
Diesel can. I know diesel in Missouri came down a lot. If you're driving through Illinois, though, make sure before you hit Illinois that you fill up. You don't want to have to get any gas or anything in Illinois.
About 2 weeks ago, it was $3.18 a gallon for regular. This week it's like $3.85 for some fucking reason.
It jumped up a little bit. It always does in summer, though,
Yeah.
especially the end of summer.
So the car I just posted in Discord is one me and Owen are seriously considering getting after we sell Ben. We talked to our buddy and he's actually willing to price it to us. That
All
was
right,
why I was
William.
asking about frame rails.
I'm
You're gonna sell. You're
I'm
gonna
spending
sell.
your money, William.
You're gonna sell that 66 eventually.
Yeah, me and Owen kind of got to talking about it. It's hard for us to get out and really go too hard on it just because, if cousin Bubba comes out drunk in his
Oh.
pickup truck and smashes into the front end and totals the car out, it's gone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You should.
I know Jeff wants first crack at that.
Yeah, I
That's
know Jeff
awesome.
wants the car bad.
Yeah, bad, real bad.
William,
I
you
would-
should watch what is that? Not the newest video on your channel. It's the one before it where you went through this car, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You need to go watch that video. That is probably as close to a rust-free car of that year that you're gonna find.
Yeah,
That's
you ain't
not
lying about
restored.
It
I don't
looks cool.
suppose
I
you
like
would
it.
trade, would you?
See,
What's
I
that?
told you he'd ask you if you wanted to trade.
I don't suppose you would trade for my 1970 pickup.
I'll
Joe,
trade for a Charger.
No.
We
That-
just need to
that
get
wind
your
burnout
car, your
competition.
truck sold, William.
I haven't had anybody contact me on it.
Well, we'll push it out there more. But yeah, what do you
No,
want for
honestly,
that? $5,000?
At the rate it's going, I'm probably
Yeah.
going to end up keeping my truck. But I would love to have that car.
The car's nice.
It's
$5
got
grand,
the
man.
original flathead 6 in it, William,
That's why I want it.
and it runs sort of.
I,
Yeah.
if I
Sort
if,
of. You watch
I-
the video. You can
if
make
I
that
was-
run.
I want to have a Mopar vehicle from 30s, 40s, 50s with the original drivetrain and with close to the original drivetrain and everything.
That's it right there. I'm
It-
telling you, watch the video.
I don't have-
That's the original interior in that car, isn't it?
It
I don't
does.
have I don't have the money for that.
Sell
I want
your truck.
I'm trying to.
Try
It's
harder.
I think what do those cars have in them? 3 speeds in the floor back then, or 4 speeds?
I think
there
it'd
were
be a
still
3-speed.
speeds.
Yeah,
I don't
Probably
think
a
it'd be a
3-speed, but
4-speed.
it's on the floor, isn't it?
yeah.
It's not on the
Yeah.
tree.
No, 3 in the floor.
I would
That
love
makes
to
it
have
What
even
year
that.
is that?
cooler.
38.
Yeah, I know Ford at least, because my uncle just got rid of, I think, a 53 F1 here a while back. It was a flatbed 8, and it still had a 3-speed in the floor.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
Truck was freaking awesome.
and William, it's a 4-door, but it's suicide doors in the back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
that's
what
cool.
makes it cool.
That's
Look at
cool.
me. Look at
You're
me
spending
spending
money on-
William's money.
you're spending money I don't have.
Sell that truck.
More
Drop the price
doors,
like
more
$500
whores.
You never know, William. If you drop the price like $500 on that truck, somebody might.
Yeah,
Nah,
Some
keep it
dude
at
might
what
be
you
there
got
to
it
tell her
at,
tomorrow.
man.
I got it at 6,500.
You got it on
Because
Facebook
the-
Marketplace?
Throw,
It's on
throw up a
Marketplace.
picture in Discord, William. Throw up a picture of your truck in Discord.
I'll pull up the ad. I'll
Okay.
just do that. I
Yeah, that
usually
38,
use
man. That
don't
38
usually-
gets a lot of people looking at it, but nobody popped on it yet.
That's that's got to be somebody who wants something like that, though. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, unless you wanted to just make a hot rod out of it, but I don't know if I'd make a hot rod out of that car.
I don't know.
I mean, I know you could.
Okay.
Brian, throw up the picture of the Charger for some eye candy real quick.
The what?
The Charger I posted in Discord.
Oh, okay. Here, hold on. There's William's truck.
Oh yeah, that's a good truck. Yeah.
He's
That's
got
a-
another
yeah,
cabin
block
stuff that goes for it too.
I've
Got 383 in it.
383. It's a 8 3/4, 323 gear sure grip rear end. The entire front suspension has been rebuilt. The wiring behind the dash has been redone. See what else?
I think it's worth what you're asking. 6,500. I think it's worth
this-
6,500.
This on top of all the extra parts I have with it. It's got rust above the windshield right here. But it's not super bad. It's not, you can't really see it on the inside too much, but you can see it on the outside. So I have an extra cab sitting in my backyard for a roof swap. And I've got a bunch of parts for it, and I have a perfect dash pad that I'm actually keeping inside my house because it is that perfect. And
There you go, Brad.
everything.
You know somebody that might want that truck for 65. You know, you sell his truck, he'll buy your car.
So here's the
There
front
we
end.
go.
The entire front suspension was redone, painted, and everything. The leaf springs reconditioned because one of them was damaged, but everything was able to be fixed. But everything's painted on here, and there's that extra cab, extra fenders and stuff, and hood mostly for patch panels. There's a really good dash shell right there. There's a gas tank right there that's got some holes in it, but you can probably fix it. Grill shell, just a lot of stuff.
Brian, where is this
I
Charger
think I posted
from?
that one in general. Yeah, it's in general.
Where is it? What how did you find this?
Actually, my buddy drug that out of some dude's, like, it was behind some dude's shop up in Pennsylvania. My buddy bought the car, and he's been having fun with it. But we were talking with him at a shop one day, trying to get him to sell. Get this. We were trying to get him to sell us a 67 Dart, a 273 4-barrel car. He won't sell
Yeah.
us the Dart, but he offers to sell us the Charger 500.
The
For how much?
69 500.
Hold on,
Yes.
I'm getting ready to show you pictures of this
Let's
car.
say,
This car is pretty
At the moment,
badass.
we haven't talked a price out on it just yet, but yeah, we are in the works of talking about the Charger.
Look
yeah.
at that.
Holy
That is
crap.
cool as hell.
Does it
We were
still have the window plug in it?
Yeah, dude, it's complete. It's a factory
Wow.
yellow with a green interior Dana automatic car.
Yellow with green interior?
Yes.
I would buy that
kind
and
of
just
option
rip
is
the
that?
hell out of it. I wouldn't touch a thing on that
The dude
car.
used to drag race it back in it has the numbers matching 440 with it, but my buddy stuck a blower motor in it to lower the compression because I'll be honest, the car's got no frame or floors in it. That's something me and Owen discussed doing was putting that stuff
Does
back
it need
in it.
frame rails?
Yes, it's rusty.
Uh,
I can show some more photos
That's
of it if you guys actually want to see.
you
Yeah,
can buy
yeah,
If
well,
those,
it's
though.
sitting on its own like that, it's worth it. It's a 69 500. It's worth it.
I think the car is friggin' awesome.
I don't know, Brad. Have you ever put frame rails in something?
Just to the back where they all rust out here.
Yeah. I mean, is it a hard job or?
Now the hardest part is drilling out all those freaking spot welds. That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But other than that, if you just take your time and not get in a hurry, it's not bad.
So here's another photo of it.
I could
This
just
should-
imagine. Can you just imagine having that car and just
That's a
having it
bad- that's a
running and
bad-
driving perfect, and maybe having the interior nice because that's where you sit all the time.
That's
But
a
just
bad ditch
whipping
right
that
there.
thing around, that would be so much fun. I would throw some bigger tires on the back of it and some side pipes, but that's just me.
Mm.
Let me see if this
Oh,
video
man.
copies.
It looks pretty good as is, man.
Yeah.
It's really a sweet car. I mean, like I said, I shared
I
up a
can't
second
wait
photo
so
that
long.
shows the ugly side. And then I also posted a video in the Discord actually showing it driving. I even have a short that I've never uploaded that has my buddy's adopted Mr. Norm Coronet, followed up by the Charger 500, followed up by the guy that owns the Charger 500 also has a 68 Hemi 4-speed Roadrunner. And then right behind the Hemi Roadrunner was me and Owen in the purple car.
All right, let's see if I can get this to work.
Wow.
I only found one Hemi Cuda in my life, all my picking. And it was, we were yanking cars out of this dude's backyards. He was hoarding them. And the city came in and said he needs to get all this junk out of the yard. They're going to start getting fined. And on our day like 3, we did 7 days of pulling cars. Day 3, he had a dilapidated garage. And I had no idea cars were in there. And the neighbor came up to us and said, "You know, there's a car in that garage?" I said, "No." We went over to the guy who owned it, Jim. And I said, "Hey, man, what's in the garage?" And he's like, "You're not looking in that garage, man. There's something in there, but I'm not showing you." And I'm like, "Jim, we've been here 5 days pulling these crap cars. What's in the garage?" He goes, "Fine, I'll show you." And he opened the garage, and it was a 70 Cuda with a Hemi that he's been had in there since like the 80s.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, we about our jaws dropped, man.
I
That's
guess you
another
couldn't
$1
buy
million
that
I
car
one
remember
right
right
watching
there.
your video on that pool.
I can't get the video to come up.
You can't get the video up? I was about
No.
to say, here's a couple more photos of it.
Man, I'd get that car if I was you. That's
If you could seal the deal on that one,
We know
I
we
know
can get
it's
the
a
deal
lot of
sealed.
work, but it's a freaking Charger 500. You know?
Like, my only thing about it, I get it's a Charger 500. I'd love for it to be a stick shift car, though.
it. Doesn't have
But-
to be.
It's got a
Then make
cool
it
enough
stick
look
shift
going
car.
for it that I would be happy just driving it the way it is.
You know what you do? You put a manual valve body in it, to where
We've
you got to
discussed
shift
that,
the
actually.
automatic, and have just as much fun and not have to push your foot down. I'm lazy. I don't only want automatics. I don't want no 4-speed car. That's too much work.
The pedal makes it fun, though.
As,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it kind of does.
No.
everybody has their own ideas of what they like to cruise in, but I'm kind of with Brian. I know the stick shift cars are more valuable and all that, and they're technically better for performance, I think, when it comes to drag racing, I think. But if I'm cruising, I don't really want to shift. I just want to put it and drive and go.
No,
get
as
it.
far as drag racing, the automatic's better.
Yeah,
you will go
I mean,
faster with an automatic.
Kinda.
During the 60s, you could outdo the automatic with the stick, but nowadays with
That was
technology and
before you
stalls,
could get. That was before they had things like the manual valve bodies and the torque, the right torque converters. They weren't as prevalent back then. If you wanted a 3,000 stall torque converter back in the 70s, you were paying like $900 to $1,000 for one, and that was back in the 70s.
Owen
That was
just
a
had
lot of
his
money.
727 built here about a year ago. I think he spent $2,800 having Dave and Justin do it.
All right.
What'd you say about that 4-speed versus automatic? What were you saying?
I like automatics myself. That's just me. I'm too
Yeah,
lazy.
I don't know, man. I love banging gears.
Look, man, having a stick shift just opens up more fun stuff to do with the car, man.
It does. It really does.
But I mean, you're right. If I'm cruising a car, okay, if I'm just wanting to get in it and just cruise around and not think, yeah, automatic's fine, right? But if I'm wanting to get in a car and have some fucking fun, all right.
That was that one, Brian, I was telling you about that I had to sell for no names. And I'm still killing myself on that one. And my son reminds me about every day. That was a 69, obviously, but it was a true RT 4-speed car that I yanked out of a carport. And the motor and trans was out of it, though.
He just likes to salt the wound a little bit.
Man.
That one hurt. That one hurt, man. I had that parked in my shop for months, and I just sit there and stare at it, man.
I bet that car sold fast, though, being a 4-speed RT.
It was a word of mouth. I didn't put it up for sale.
It just boom.
That's
Some
the best
guy
kind.
wanted it, man, and he brought a stack of cash, and that was back a couple years ago before the boom, like how it is now. So I probably lost about 10, 20 grand on it.
I don't know. I like my Duster, but if somebody showed up with a stack of cash, it'd be hard to. I think there's only one that I wouldn't sell. Here, I'll show a picture of it. I don't even have it yet, but
I bet I know which one it is.
you know exactly which one it is. It's the car I talk about all the time. See, I'm gonna find a picture I haven't showed yet. Oh, here's one with it up on the forklift. I like this picture.
Yeah, really, though, it's kind of funny because I always told people I wasn't crazy about Chargers. I never really wanted to own one. But then my buddy ended up with that one, and I was like, okay, it's like there's something about this one that's just really cool. Originally, we were going to get rid of Ben, and not a lot of people have actually heard this. You and William know this, but we got offered a trade offer for an RO23 car with the Hemi. It was one of the 17 factory 4-speed ones. Unfortunately, the two guys that owned it, they couldn't get together on it, and it fell through.
It's not sharing. Come on now. Put it up there. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's my car. That's the car I took my driver's test in.
Who's got
Yeah.
that car now? Scott? I mean, Jed?
No, Ryan Barsness has that.
Oh, Ryan.
Oh, wait,
right.
wait. You confirmed that's the actual car?
Yeah, that's the car.
Huh.
And yes,
it was discovered
painted
as
it.
No Name last year.
I did all that awesome paint work to that car. That thing was spray bombed with $1 a can Dollar General flat black paint.
Was it actually Dollar General brand? Or...
Yes, it was Dollar General brand flat black spray paint.
Last year at No Name, we were sitting around don't know how we got on the subject of my Charger's original color, which was gold. And then Brian says, I used to have a gold car. And then Ryan says, I've got a gold car.
He's like, me and my dad just picked one up out of Illinois. I'm like, really? And yeah, you can see it in this picture too. I didn't pay attention. You probably can't see it real good there, but one of the reasons I know this is my car is because of this little dent here in the bumper.
Did you do the dent?
No, but it was always there since I owned it. That bumper was pristine. And that was the only thing that was wrong with it was that one little dent. And I always wanted to fix it. But now I'm probably going to leave it.
I gotta say, that's probably my favorite front end of like any.
Yeah, those are
car.
good looking front ends on
Those are
those.
just
So
so
I'm
good
curious,
looking.
did he just show you a photo of it and you're like, that's my old car?
No, he was talking about it. And I was like, oh, you got a title for it? And he's like, no. I'm like, yeah, because I'm the last person. I held on to that title for that car for like 15 years. I sold it without a title. And then I was, and he, well, no, the one thing he was talking about was he's like, somebody spray painted the whole car black and it's all peeling off. I'm like, yeah. He's like, all the interior panels were spray painted. I was like, no, sir, that was vinyl dye. But yeah, he basically he was just talking all this stuff, and I was like, you got to send me pictures of that car.
It was just checking all the boxes. Everything you said was
Yeah,
like, yep.
and then I sent pictures of it to my buddy because for like 3 years, he spent as much time in the passenger seat of that car as I did the driver's seat. We hung out. That's all we did was drive around on back roads in Missouri in this car just for fun. That's all we had to do because we were, hicks. But and he looked at it, and there's certain dents on it that he remembered, like this one back here. But yeah, this car, it sat in my parents' backyard for the longest time. And the thing is, it looked exactly like this when it was pulled out of my parents' backyard. From what we gather, it went straight from my parents' backyard to some guy's barn and sat in a barn, and then it went from one barn to another barn, and then Ryan got it. There's no rust in the floors, no rust in the rockers. The only rust in the whole car is right here.
So have you guys worked out a deal then?
Yeah, I've already given him half the money on it.
Oh, fuck yeah, good.
And
Isn't
well,
it
the
funny,
thing is
though?
that the only bad thing is, and it doesn't bother me that much. Some people it would bother, but he wants to keep. He's keeping the front clip, the doors, and the deck lid. And I'm like, I don't care. I'll find those parts.
Yeah, okay.
I have fun finding parts.
So,
I'm like,
question now. So
Yeah.
you said you kept the title. So does that mean you can just go say, hey, I need a copy of this title that's still in my name, and you're good to
Yeah.
go?
I should be able to go to the Missouri DMV and be like, this is a car. Here's the VIN number. I'm the last owner of this car. I'm applying for a lost title.
Heck yeah, that's awesome, dude. That'll be great.
That's amazing.
Because
Yeah,
I
that's
know
awesome.
for a fact I'm the last person to title that car.
Right, yeah. So yeah, it's in your name. Like in Ohio, all I gotta do is go up there. I just did it the other day on Doom Buggy. I was like, hey, I lost the title. I need a replacement. They're like, all right, fill this out. Boom, bang, bing. Gave me a copy. Walked out the door.
I mean, if I was a real dickhead, I could probably go get the VIN number to that car and go get it and go up and bring the cops and be like, that's my car. I got the title right here. But I'm not going to do that.
That's why I warn people to watch buying stuff without a title, though.
Mm-hmm,
But yeah, that's the whole thing, though. Somebody could do that.
Yeah,
I know people that have done that.
The only way to get around that is if you buy something without a title.
You gotta get a bill.
In Illinois, you can get a bonded title. And the thing is they basically take what the car's worth, and then you got to put that as a bond on the title in case somebody comes up with it. But if somebody comes up with a title and says that's my car, they say no, there's a bond on it. Here's the money. you know, you don't get the car, but here's the money in there. That's all.
Right, right.
But no, that car that car sat in my mom and dad's backyard. Had a 318 in it. I bought a 72 Charger with a 400. The guy had done a lot of work to, and I pulled that motor. I'm not even going to talk about what we did to that poor Charger, but I pulled the motor and transmission and actually put it in this car, but never did any more with it. The only reason I stopped driving it was because the front drums, I let the brakes go so bad that like they ate the drums out, and there was like a ring of the drum fell off.
Hmm.
I let the brakes go so bad that when I hit the brakes on it, both front wheel cylinders just blew out because of there. I was a dumb kid, you know. And the thing is, back in 1992, when the last inspection on that car was, you could not buy those front drums anywhere. No parts stores had them. They weren't repopping them. You could not buy them.
Even back then, huh? You couldn't find
Yeah.
them.
That was back when you actually had to find a dude that hoarded Mopar parts.
Yeah,
Just
I
for
actually
any little thing.
after it had already sat and went to hell in my dad's backyard, or went to hell as far as I considered it, I found a set of drums at a junkyard and I put them on. I just never got the car going again.
Ooh, Mr. Cope's here.
Oh, great! Here he goes.
Yeah.
Cope is giving me shit. He wants me to go get this car so bad. He wants me to just stop everything. Don't worry about the duster. Just go get the car.
We need to talk to Ryan and tell him to let you keep more of the car.
No, I don't care. I'm fine
If-
with it. I'm fine with
I'm
it.
I'm with him. At least the doors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm with
yeah.
Dan
At
on
least
that
the
one.
doors.
You don't understand. I got child support. The price goes up if I keep the door. If I keep the doors.
All right, this is what you do. All right, start a GoFundMe. I'll throw a couple bucks at it. All right, everybody can throw a couple bucks at it. We'll get you at least a door. All right, that's what you call it. The GoFundMe for a door.
By the time I'm ready to go get it, I may actually have a little bit more money, and I may just talk to Ryan and be like, "Hey, how much for this or that or whatever?" Or he's got a set of fenders that I could do that I could, you know, if he's got a front clip that I can do some work to, because the front clip actually is nice on that car. But if he has
Yeah.
a front clip, I could do some work to and get it looking nice.
Right.
Because I still got a lot of body work to do. This is a car that I'm probably going to make nice,
Right.
just
Fair.
because.
It deserves it.
But I have also talked about just getting the body straight and then paint, and then just having it wrapped instead of painting it. Because
See,
then if I want to change it later, just pull the wrap off and
The
paint.
wrap, I think a really good wrap is super expensive, and the cheap ones don't last but like a year or two.
I've
Are
got
they-
a
are
place
they
around
super-
here that'll wrap a car for $5,000.
$5,000.
Yeah, but that
I'll paint it for
$5,000,
700.
it's not going to last but maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, then
Well,
get it
you know,
wrapped again.
I hear if you keep them inside and you use that ceramic spray stuff and you keep them lubed up pretty good to keep the sun off them, they'll last.
Well, and the thing is, okay, say it lasts 2 years, then I spend money and I can have a totally different color car
Right.
and just get it wrapped again, and then have a totally. And then, if I ever once I retire and want to spend the money to get it painted up nice, because I'm still flip flopping on what color I want to paint this car.
Right.
I really like those cars in dark green.
I had one of those. Well, I didn't have it. I was working on one of these in dark green.
I
It's
knew a
like-
440 71 GTX that used to run around here that was dark green with drag lights. That car was beautiful.
If I could find pictures of that. I'm going to take this off the screen because Cope's just going to keep giving me shit.
I don't know.
Are
man,
you,
something
uh,
about B5 blue on them cars.
B5 blue would actually look good on that car.
I hated the gold so much when I was a kid, but now I'm really thinking about, because you don't see gold cars out there that often now.
I'll
Is he,
give it.
Nice. Gold is really nice.
is he snagging both the doors on it?
Yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not worried about it. The rockers and the floors of the car are perfect. That's all I care about. And the what you saw in the back, that's just a patch panel. And I got
71, 72, are they the same door on those?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was
See,
only
that's why
a
I was
2-year
talking
car,
to you.
right?
I need to talk to you because you run across this stuff because obviously North
Yeah, I know.
Carolina
That's
full of
what
snow cars.
I'm trying to get at is my buddy may have a 71 with a door on it, a Sati that I may be able to bring to No Names. All I need from you is a 67 Fender for a driver's side Dodge
Okay.
Coronet.
See, that's
A
that,
Coronet
but
fender,
that's
you
the
say?
thing. The 71s and the 72s, everything was identical except for the marker lights. And
I
that is
might be
why
able
I
to
would
point
never
you in
have
the
a
direction
72 because I
of a
love the
usable
71
fender.
marker lights. Huh?
I might be able to point you in the direction of a usable driver's side fender, Brad.
Okay. See, that's it. See, but that's the thing. That's part of the fun. That's
Yeah.
why I don't mind if he keeps the stuff because that's part of the fun to me is hunting down the parts.
Oh, hey, Brian, I don't know if you see it, but Mr. Cope's trying to get in the
Oh,
live.
Yeah, I need that Fender, man. Is it in your neck of the woods or?
well, the thing is, I know a lot of people, and I know people who know people, so I could probably find you one.
I mean, I'm
Let
sure I can
me.
get on the groups, the group 66, 67 Cornet groups.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
I just
the one
have,
I know of, it's just laying right under a semi trailer.
well, if you take a picture and send it to me and let me look at it. I don't want one
Yeah.
that's completely destroyed, but
No,
one that
I'll find you a good one. I'll find you a good one.
I'll get you some photos of it.
yeah,
Then
and
I'll work out some deal so this can benefit Brian for you.
yeah.
Because one, I know how hard those fenders are to find, so I'd like to not see it rot away. And two, now I like to see Brian find parts for his car.
Well, of course, I had a pristine one. I traded to my buddy, and then it was like 3 years ago. And then I asked him for it back, and he's like, "Well, it's the passenger side." I'm like, "Motherfricker! I don't need the passenger. I need the drivers."
Oh man, I'm getting ready to send John Cope an invite, and you guys are going to hear him yell at me why I haven't gone and got my car yet. All right, John, you got an invite.
Good. I've a couple questions for Mr. Cope while he's in here.
Don't bug him too much about transmission stuff. He's not
Ah,
at work. He's having.
Okay.
He's at home.
Okay, fine. I won't say nothing.
I like people to be able to come into lives and be comfortable.
Fair.
Oh,
fair
Joe's
enough.
in here. We can't talk about the bounty.
Oh yeah, we can. Joe knows all about the bounty. I'm hoping
Everyone's
to
out for
do.
Joe
I'm
in that
hoping to do
400,
an
dude. I love
interview.
it.
I'm
I
hoping
love
to do an interview like I did with Brad with Joe once it gets closer to No Name, like maybe the week before or something like that, or a couple of weeks before. Joe doesn't get on very many lives, so Brad, you don't either. Hell,
Nah, I always afraid I'm gonna say something stupid.
yeah, you go.
Joe
You say nothing we ain't said. Come on.
Joe left an impression on my brother last year at No Name. I think he built his car just to race Joe this year. So
I'm gunning
see.
for him next year. I'm taking everybody down next year.
Hey, I found these old magazines. Like when I pulled a Coronet today, and this guy's like, "Yeah, take these old magazines." I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'll take all them from the '60s or whatever." And I was thinking about you today, man, because it has Mr. Norm's new supercharger right here. I was like, "Oh, that's cool."
Dude.
Shit.
I seen you post up that photo of all the magazines you had. I'm super jealous, actually.
Yeah, that was today, man. They were on this dude I know passed away, and his kid was just selling all of his stuff, man. He had a 72 Charger they sold. They had a 67 Coronet with a 440. He said it was an RT, but he's holding on to that. But they had two more 67 Coronets, and I got those. So I'm going to do a Coronet up. That's going to be my driver.
You're stocking up.
Yeah.
I had a buddy. Oh, here he comes. I had a buddy that the guy who had that white car, that white Duster. he ran a 67 Coronet for years, and he had that car down into that was an 11.0 car. He wanted it to run 10s, but he didn't want to pull the interior out of it. It was a full 4,000-pound car running 11.0s
Yeah, that's
with
pretty
a
good.
with a 440.
See, my goal
What's
with my
up, John?
67.
What's up, John?
How's it going?
How's it going, boys?
What's going on, John?
You yell at me about not going and getting my car?
That's why I'm here. I got to ask you a question, Brian.
Huh?
Why don't you want the car the way it was when you had it? I mean, ain't the doors, the fenders, front clip, hood and trunk lid, all that stuff still the car that you drove when you were a kid?
Well, the thing is, I get it cheaper that way, and I'm fine with it.
All I can say is if I had that car and I knew a bud of mine that was his car as a teenager, not only would I give you the car, listen to me, I'd bring it to your house.
Yeah, I don't want to push that because I know that is how Ryan and his dad make their money. That would be like somebody asking you because they're really good friends for a free transmission. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because a free transmission is not something you drove in high school. I mean, I make new product. It's different. Cars have a soul. Cars have a connection. We're not car guys because of money. I mean, some of us may make money doing car stuff, and that's fine. I now have nothing against that. But there's a connection that each one of us in this chat have with cars. And
but I also know, John, what those cars are selling for now. And even the shell, because of the condition that car's in, the price that he's selling it to me for is a super friend deal.
All right, question, right? Is he at least giving it to you for what he paid for it? Like that's
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know.
I mean that's kind of like my thing. Like if I'm your friend and you really want something, I'll give it to you for exactly what I have in it. Like,
I'm fine. I'm fine, even if he's making a little bit of money off of it.
My
I
problem
never
is I
thought
give
I
stuff
would
for
see the
free.
car again. 92 was the last time that car was on the road. It's been what? 30? I'm not good at math right now. Come on, guys.
Getting the
help me out
calculator
here.
pulled up.
what 31?
which is exactly
years, right?
my point. Regardless of the time factor. I mean, I just spent 5 years rebuilding a clone of my dad's truck. You know? And here you got the car that you drove in high school. There's got to be some sentimental value to that.
Yeah, and
Not
you know what?
not
The
everything
sentimental
will be-
value is in the shell. I don't care about fenders and doors. And if I had that car today, I'd have probably beat the crap out of the fenders and doors and deck lid and replaced them by now anyway.
Yeah. What happened to Brad?
I don't know.
Is he trying to get back in?
No, not yet.
Well, I'm not going to bust your balls about it, Brian.
Yeah, I just
I really would love to see you get that car.
and I'm going to. I'm not. I've already, like I said, I've already got money down on the car to make sure he didn't sell it.
I am
didn't
with
sell it,
John
doesn't
though.
sell it, but you know,
I see like the comparison of his transmission to that car. I do see a major difference between those two things.
yeah, but okay. What if you had a transmission that was already put together and say and you found out that was the buddy's numbers matching transmission out of his car? What would you do then?
All right, Brian, this is the deal. To prove you wrong,
Okay.
you get that car, I'm going to build you a free transmission for it. How's that?
No, you don't need to do that.
I'm going to.
John Cope hooking him up.
You get that car
You don't need to do that. I don't want to add
this
you to
year,
that.
before the end of this year.
Oh, he was on his phone. Brad was on his phone. His battery went.
Ah, rip.
So he said thanks for having him. So Brad,
I don't know. William, I got to ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
And this goes for everybody. Are you guys sentimental with your vehicles, especially one from the past?
I still have vehicles. I still have all the vehicles that I am sentimental to. So, the one vehicle I used to, my first daily driver vehicle was a 1979 Ford F-150 with a 300 inline six, 3-speed automatic, no overdrive. I drove that thing every day for several years, and I sold it because I lost interest in it, and I am okay with it. If somebody offered it back to me, depending on the price, I mean, I know what I sold it for. I honestly don't know where it is today, but
so you don't have much sentimental value when it comes to the cars.
With the stuff I don't have. With the stuff I currently have, the Charger will not leave my possession.
Right.
The Dart will not leave my possession. My 1970 pickup, if I can get it sold, I think I would be okay with not having it anymore. But it just depends on the car.
The only car that
Hey,
I
John,
own that I wouldn't sell.
If it was a car like Brian's car,
I'm very
it was his
sentimental with
high
that
school car and all that, and it's a special car because of that, and all those years later you found it again, you know, like 10 years down the road, if I find a truck that happens to be that my 79 Ford pickup I used to have, I would probably want it back. I probably wouldn't mind having it again.
I'm less sentimental about that car because it was my high school car. The reason I am so sentimental about that car is because my dad bought me that car. He's still around, and I want him to help me put it back together. But John, how about this? If you actually want to help me out, once I get the car, I'll pay for the transmission. But how about me and you put it together? Me and you together put a transmission together.
Then you're only paying for parts.
Okay,
How's that?
that sounds good.
That way
And
I
I'll
can
come
help
up
you
to
out.
you.
I can help you out because I don't know. Every guy looks at cars differently, you know.
Oh, I'm very sentimental about that car. I am. I'm not saying that, but I'm also saying that doors and fenders and a deck lid don't make the car. The fact that the shell with the VIN number on it, to me, makes the car because
Well, the next time you come over to the place, and we're all going to have steak, I'm just going to leave you the bone.
it's not the same thing. That is not the same thing. Plus, like I said, I had fun finding parts and I had fun building stuff.
No, I understand that.
And honestly, that's why I'm not really that concerned about racing the Duster at No Name. I'm having much more fun putting that car together and building it. I would love, like, if one of my kids would race it, or if I built a race car for one of them and they raced it and I just worked on it. I'd have more fun doing that than actually racing the car.
Right.
Now,
I guess if you're all right with it, okay. But I know if I had a car like that, and you know, I'm not saying, you know, what is it? It was a small block 2-barrel car, or what was it, a big block car?
It was just a small block 2-barrel car.
All right, you know, which really ain't worth a shitload of money. You know, it's not like it was a Hemi car or a 6-pack liftoff car.
No.
If I had something like that and I found it for whatever price, and a buddy of mine come up to me and said, "John, you ain't going to believe this, but that was the car that my father bought me when I was a kid," Dude, I'd throw that on my trailer so damn fast and be in St. Louis.
Yeah, I don't
I'll put a
know.
big
I think about it different because I know part
I'll
of
put a
it
big
is
ass bow on it and drive it down to St. Louis and bring it to you. That's just the way I am, though. You
part of
know,
it is to me. I also understand because, and I don't know if it's the same for everybody else, but for me, money is so hard to come by right now, and it has been my entire life. You know, and I'm not going to ask somebody to give up something. Money and people
oh,
say what they want, but money is important. And if
I'm
that's the
not
way that
saying
somebody's making their living, then I am 100% fine with, because like I said, to me, I'm already getting a good deal.
I'm not saying you should ask for it, and I'm not saying that he should give it to you for different or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what
If it
I
was you, yeah.
is what I'm saying.
I just don't want people to think bad about Ryan because of that.
No, and I'm not,
I don't
trying,
want
to,
to
I'm
think
not
bad.
trying to make that a point. I'm not trying to say that he's a bad
Yeah.
guy. I really don't know him that much. I'm not trying to say he's a bad guy or nothing. That's
Yeah.
not where I'm going with that. I'm saying if it was me and a friend of mine or a bud, whatever, someone in the Mopar world, and that scenario was in my lap, I would be like, we if this is the talk, we kind of talked about this a little bit at the shop all week. No, the last 2 days about that car.
You talked about my car.
Yep. Me, Lucas, and Devin. Because I got word that you were going to get it as a carcass. It's like going to McDonald's and getting a fillet of fish and getting up but the bones.
There ain't no bones in fillet of fish.
So
You found.
I'm just saying, Brian.
And the whole thing is, and here's the other thing too. He gave me the deal, and I agreed to it. And
Fine, I'm not
percent a man of my word. So if I thought I'm not going to go back and be like, no, you're screwing me on that. No, I don't.
I'm not saying that or insinuating that.
Okay.
And I'll say one more thing about this, and I'll shut up about it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't bust your chops about it. I'm just saying, if it was me, I would do that for you. End of story. I would do it for anyone here. I don't know. That's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing too. Like I said, if whenever I go up there, chances are when I go to get the car, I'm going to be a little better off money wise. So I may just be like, well, how much just to leave that stuff on there, and then
right.
Talking about sentimental value, I know my channel got known for Ben, but believe it or not, I would actually give that car away in a heartbeat to have my 67 done, just because of the sentimental value that my 67 has. I love Ben. I've had so much fun in that car, but my 67 was my dad's car. It was the very last car that my dad used to run around with, which my dad is still alive. He helps me out on a lot of stuff. But when my dad got out of the muscle car stuff, it was the very last car he ever drove. It was the last car his best friend ever rode in before he was killed. There's a lot of sentimental value in that car among his friend group. And, when I turned 15 years old, I was looking for a first car. Being the stubborn little ass that I am, I had to have a big block 4-speed car. And luckily, I knew where that car was sitting, and I managed to work a deal out on it, which I've owned it for 5 years now, never drove the thing once. But the amount of sentimental value that car's had from me learning things, sourcing parts, talking old stories on it, like, there's not a car that could come close to even competing with it for me.
Cool.
You know what, though? I would give you some advice on that car then, coming from an old guy. I wouldn't worry about getting that car perfect.
Believe it or not,
get it going, get it running. You know, do whatever you have to do to get it running and driving, and start having fun with it, and work on getting it perfect as you go. Because obviously you ain't going to get rid of it.
I was
I actually
actually
did a
talking-
video. Go ahead.
I was actually talking to Dad about that this morning. I woke up and I was like, man, it's like we're starting to finish up a lot of projects around here. It's like, I think next year I'm going to start on my car.
I
And
mean,
he's
if
sitting there, he's like,
anything,
go ahead.
if anything, get it shot in primer and drive it around in primer. Hell,
Well,
you know?
actually, I mean, the front, well, it's technically all in primer. It's just different colors of primer now. But, I was talking with Dad, and like I said, you know, I've got a good running 383 that I just picked up. I've got a good set of wheels and tires. I've got a good 8 3/4 just laying around for this thing. I've got a good 4-speed. Really, the only thing I'm missing is a drive shaft, and I need to re-ring, gasket, and bearing that 383. Like, I mean, that's it.
I did a video. Let me see, how many years ago was it? 3 years ago. The title of the video is "Why Owning a Rusty Classic Car is Awesome," and I pretty much say that exactly. Get it, fix what's wrong with it, get it running, get it driving, and enjoy it.
We'll see.
Well,
And I'll tell you,
You
the
plan
reason
on
the car-
someday. Oh, go ahead.
the reason the car never got finished, I started listening to a lot of other people and what they were telling me I should do to the car, and I got so fixated on, oh, I want a 10-second car. I want a 1050 4-speed car, which, if you know anything about racing, a 1050 4-speed car is pretty freaking good. You know, I know there's guys that go fast in that, but and
Well,
finally,
the thing is, I can't blame you on that either, because up until just a few years ago, that was the mindset. No, the car has to be perfect. It ain't worth nothing unless it's perfect. If I got a project car, I'm not doing nothing with it until it's perfect. It's just
Unfortunately.
recently that people have started coming out, and YouTube is a big deal on it. People have started coming out and being like, look, just drive it. Look, I'm having fun with this piece of shit.
Yup.
You know?
I know a lot of people that have been working on these projects for years and years and years, and it's like, that's cool, man, but like, have you actually enjoyed the car? And it's usually no, right? So
It depends, though. If you're somebody like me who enjoys working on shit, yeah, I'd be fine working on a car forever. But
well, yeah, but like that's usually not what it is, right? It's I don't know.
most people work on a car because they want to drive it around and have fun with it. And yeah,
like, I mean, I sourced so many parts for. I've got 2 rust-free hoods. I've got good bumpers. I managed to find a 150-mile-an-hour GTX Speedo.
Wow.
I went
I don't
all
want
in.
to about you in a Speedo. Nobody
What's
wants to
that?
hear that.
Hey, check out my OnlyFans, $3 a month. Gotta keep this stuff funded somehow.
I'm gonna start up an OnlyFans.
All it is foot pictures.
I agree though with William. You don't have to have a pristine car. I think guys that have a car that you can drive anywhere have more fun with it than other guys were like, oh, don't breathe on it. Don't get too close to it. I had a 63 Dodge that I raced that was completely rotisseried. The underneath of the car was just as beautiful as the top of the car. And I tell you what, I spend more time washing the top and the bottom of that car. It was such a pain in the ass. With Haney, I take it out. I don't even care if it's dirty or not. It doesn't matter. Because you're out there getting the rocks off and having fun with the vehicle. So,
But you know, and also though, there are those guys that like going to the car shows, setting up their lawn chair, having the car sit there, and just sit there and have people look at their car all day. I can't knock them for
And
having their fun doing that.
I've
If
learned in
somebody
this
has
past
the-
year that's not me though.
Yeah.
if somebody has the budget and the resources to be able to get a car from needing everything restored and everything, getting it from there to completely restored, beautiful and everything, if that's what they like in their car, then that's perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, believe me,
For
if
the
I win
people
that
who-
Mega Millions, I'm gonna have some
Yeah.
nice shit.
for the people who for the everyday Joe that doesn't have a big budget to just throw money at it like that. Just fix what's wrong with it and drive it.
I sent you an email, John.
You sent me an email?
No, the other John. John W.
I'm sorry.
John Wick. Oh no.
Wrong, John
he
W.
probably got as many guns as John Wick.
That's a fun discussion to have, though, because I mean that's been the biggest reason why I never finished up my car. I was so I wanted every little detail perfect. I was like, this car is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna put it together once. That's it. And
Well,
now
and you know what though? That's what I kind of that's why, and it dawned on me late in life. I don't know why I didn't see it a long time ago, but you know, I grew up when you didn't have the internet. You had magazines, you know, and I was constantly, you know, oh, okay, magazines, and then every once in a while there'd be a TV show on about cars, and you'd watch the hell out of it. But all that shit was doing nothing but trying to sell you parts.
Mhm.
right.
You know, and that's all it is. It's just they're trying to take your money away from you. When I hate to say it, but the one that actually, I don't really hate to say it because I don't mind the guy that much. But the one that really showed me that made it all click in my head was Uncle Tony, when he was like, look, you don't have to spend all this money. You just do this and this and this and this. Oh, okay.
Actually,
Well-
Uncle Tony was the same guy that got me kind of being like, okay, maybe I don't need a Dominator and Edelbrock aluminum heads and a 590 lift cam.
Yeah, well, I don't say what you want about the guy, but he did do a service with
Absolutely.
in the park. But Jed was also the same way. That's why I gravitated toward Jed. He doesn't spend a shit ton of money on a lot of his stuff. You know.
Good, John boy.
What's happening, gentlemen?
Yeah.
How's it
What's up,
going?
Mr. Wilburn?
Hi,
Yeah.
John.
47?
Yeah, I like
No, that's
Yeah, I
not
like
right.
your living room there. That's cool.
I like my new piano. I just
Isn't it nice?
Piano.
Brian, come
Yeah.
on, man. That is the door that you got your uneven suntan on. That is the trunk lid that you put your stuff in, right?
You know, I got to say something about those doors on those cars. 'Cause I'm not a small guy, and I've never been a small guy. I weigh more than 250 now, but like from the time I was 15 to the time I was 45, I weighed 250 pounds. I used to sit on those doors and swing out on them. And that door it always closed perfect. I bet it still closes perfect.
That could be the longest car door on. It's
I
probably
know,
is the
they're
longest car door
long.
any car that's left. Here's the thing, man. Why don't you get a number from Bar's Nest to just see, and I'll do a fundraiser for you.
No, I
We'll
don't
put
need
some
nobody
money
to do a
together and make it
fundraiser for
happen
me.
because it's a once in a lifetime thing.
And that's
It really
the thing.
is.
I was
One
going
time.
to talk to him
Yeah.
about. I was going to talk to him about. What's the price on the car? Just the way it is now. That hood, he can have that hood because that ain't the original hood that was on the car. I want.
Okay.
I actually want a. I don't want a Roadrunner hood. I want a factory satellite
And
hood. I
And
think they
you
look
want your bumper because it has your dent that you
Oh
remember.
yeah, the bumper. The bumper was.
Yeah.
No, I told him. I go. I'm getting that bumper. He's like, I don't care.
Look,
See, but
give it-
for somebody in the parts business, I don't want that bumper. It's got a dent in it. I'm going to send that bumper off to get re-chromed, and I'm going to tell them don't fix that dent.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You and I are about the same age, so we both realistically know there's a lot more gone off the roll than is left on it, right?
Oh yeah.
And if that thing comes to you two parted out and it winds up getting under a cover in the back of the shed, it might not happen in your lifetime.
With that car, no, that will not happen.
All right.
That
Here's
will
the thing.
not
I
happen.
want to see it happen for you. I really want to help make it happen.
That
if you get a
will
number for him that's
definitely not
within
happen.
reason,
Maybe
you'll just
maybe
take-
4 years ago or even 3 years ago that might have happened. But now, since I started doing this YouTube stuff and everything, I'm more motivated to work on my stuff than I ever was. And I still,
Good.
I'm going to say it. People can say I'm a John Wilburn ass kisser or whatever. I still thank you for doing the No Name Nationals because if not, my car, that Duster, would have been exactly what you're talking about right now.
You know what? Brian's satellite might be a section on the third annual clock. We'll see. It might be, but
You better bring that car and race it at the No Name.
If you can get him to take a reasonable number, not some crazy flipper parts.
Yeah, I don't.
Number,
but that's the thing. I don't think what he asked for was a crazy number. And there's actually more to that story too. There's more to that story.
If he'll leave the stuff on for $500, I will raise that for you with a guarantee out of my pocket.
If he'll leave the stuff on for $500, I'll come up with extra $500.
Let's say if he'd leave it on for $500, I'd send it to you right now.
Yeah, I'll throw in some bucks on that too.
Yeah,
Wilburn.
I'll make it happen. Get a number from him, and just make it happen.
I'll get a hold of it. I need to get it. Well, I got to get this damn duster done, and it's all your fault, John. I got to get this duster done before I think about any of that shit. This duster's got to get done.
You know, it would be the best. The best would be to get him on this. I know it won't happen. Get him on this live right now, so that he has to look everybody in the face.
No, I'm not going to do that to him. No. I'm not going to throw him under the bus like that.
It's not. It's just making somebody come up with a number. He can do that.
But that's but if you do something like that, to me, that's kind of airing your dirty laundry kind of thing, because all that is between me and him.
But
I've agreed to everything.
It's parts.
But now, what I would like to do with the car, one thing that I have been going back and forth with my head, I want to make the car a driver, okay? But I would also, and I don't know how feasible this is, John, you've probably done shit like this because you've been into racing and stuff a lot more than me. I would like to make that car able to pull a car trailer.
Sure.
To where that would pull
and race, or make it a tow vehicle.
It wouldn't be just a dedicated tow vehicle, but make it to where I could use it as a tow vehicle.
5.7 Hemi swap. Same motor and transmission out of.
No, I don't want to do it.
That's a good idea.
I can't do a 5.7 swap in that car.
Brian,
I can do a 5.7 swap in that truck.
Brian, I knew a guy one time. He towed his big block CUDA race car to the track on an open steel trailer with a Barracuda convertible with a 318. And he towed that from Pulaski to Princeton, West Virginia, over all those mountains for years with a Barracuda convertible.
Hey, Brian, what's the list on the Duster look like? Like, what do you got to get done yet?
Let me see.
He got the list.
He's got a list.
Oh, I've got a list. You know how many notebooks I've written on that car?
Are there more things on that list than the number on that orange piece of paper?
Oh no, no, I've got it. I've got it down to weeks. And I'm actually.
Do you see the number? Do you see the number on that orange piece of paper behind John Wilburn?
Yeah, and there are what? 6
We're
weeks
down to
left?
weeks now, Brian.
We are down to weeks. There's like 6 weeks left. And if it doesn't fight me tomorrow like it did today, I should be ahead on my list.
Joe says if you've got a list, you aren't close enough.
Oh no, because I'm a perpetual list maker. I'll make a list and then I'll make the exact same list again.
Well, I got my list right here. This is all stuff that's got to happen in the next 46 days.
I guarantee your list is longer than mine, John.
It's quite a list.
Well, while I got you in here, John, I haven't had anybody reply to me on my No Name Nationals call out with the Cushman.
On the Cushman thing?
On the Cushman. I haven't had anybody. So anybody in here, I'm taking my 65 Cushman to No Name. If anybody wants to go head to head with a mini bike or whatever else that's similar
show them our entry.
That's what I was just doing. That's what
show them our entry, Wilburn. We got something for you, William.
I want to go head to head against somebody in the Cushman.
I hope you're ready for this now.
I gotta find it.
Put your seatbelt on.
Hang on a second.
Now wait a minute though. Would you need seatbelts? You need seatbelts to pass tech in the Cushman, wouldn't you?
Seatbelt never had. Oh, there you go. Is that an air conditioner?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
You know what though? And people
people
may give William shit for the whole Cushman thing and how much he likes those things, but I think it's cool that he bought something basically as a goof, and now he's like, "Oh, this is cool," and is really into it. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
somebody's really into something, you can't knock them for being into it.
Here's the deal: the Cushman does have to pass tech, but of course, tech is not as exhaustive on something like that. But you know, you really want Deke to at least give it its blessing that if things like, you know, the lugs are tight and the battery's held down and there's not going to be coolant, have a helmet and that kind of thing.
Oh, John Wilburn. I said it earlier. Is it? And I hope I didn't misspeak, but Friday night, this coming Friday, you're gonna have Decon, right? And you're gonna be talking tech stuff.
This coming Friday, I'm wanting to have a panel of guys to talk about the small tire race, the heads up.
Oh, okay.
That said, I'm also wanting to do a panel on safety. I want to do a panel on the burnout competition, and of course, we'll ask our reigning champion to be part of that if he'd like to.
Definitely.
But we'll do that, and yeah, we're definitely going to have Deke on again because we need to go over tech stuff.
Okay, so you are planning on having one before the No Name Nationals.
Yeah, and tech is going to be. We're going to have tech from noon to 6 p.m. on Thursday. Yes, he'll still be available on Friday for people who come in on Friday, but we will have tech from noon to 6, which will help because the track isn't hot on Thursday. So if you can get there on Thursday and get tech done between noon and 6, it's going to help you out. If you got
Are we going to have a water balloon fight on Thursday? Are we going to have a water balloon fight on Thursday?
Oh my
gosh.
No, that t-shirt contest.
That would make too big of a mess. Never mind.
Well, when it comes to the Cushman passing tech, the only thing I really need to do to it is I need to make an exhaust hanger for the tailpipes because it's one of them's kind of sagging a little bit, and I need to attach.
I don't know if that's that big a deal on tech.
Raker,
you guys have exhaust?
And I need to attach the seat to.
Okay, there.
After that, it's solid as rock.
Hey, Raker, I had a meeting with Dom a couple of days ago. We're getting some stuff finalized. I met with him and I met with the woman who runs concessions. And I said, you know, at your first year running them there, we ate the place out of food last year. So I gave her the hours that we need it running and that kind of thing. It's going to be a nice haul for them if they're ready for it. So, yeah, I've met Dom. I met him in person last year. Just had a meeting with him. Trying to get all the stuff pinned down, but the checkbook is screaming because this is the time of year when we start getting all that stuff paid for.
Now, what was the guy's name that I know it's not. Is it not going to be the same guy that handled everything last year as this year?
Okay,
right?
so Barkley Schmidt is the fella who was the track operator. He ran the tractor. He did the track surface, all that kind of thing. He actually managed the race and operation on the track that day. He's going to be our race director this year.
Okay, good.
Because even though, you know, Dominic is the track manager, we're renting the track. So we're going to have somebody we want doing it. You know, I mean, it's just, that's the way it's going to be. So, Barkley might not be having to do all the same stuff, but he's still overseeing it. So we have expectations for having a good track and everything getting done and having fuel on site and all of that. So Barkley's going to be doing that again.
Well, and you got to admit, it's not like a normal event that shows up at the track. You know,
that's what we tell them. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Them getting ready for our event is not like getting ready for a regular Friday bracket. It is not the same thing.
No.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Now.
For one thing, it's probably going to be 5 times the amount of cars there that show up for a normal bracket.
It's healthy crowd already. Brian, I'm going to hop out, but I wanted to just make that offer to you. If you want to.
Like I
figure
said,
out
I'm gonna
something with
talk
him
to
and
him
you want
about
us to
it.
do a fundraiser, I'm happy to do
No,
it for
I'm
you
not.
because I'd like
I'm
to
not.
see you do it.
I don't want no fundraiser for me. I'm
Well,
fine.
I'm happy to do it for you because I'd just love to see you get it.
Just do a
John, or-
fundraiser to get people to watch my damn videos. There, do that. I'd be happier with that.
Brian, let us love you. Damn it.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
Friends support friends, Brian.
That's right.
no.
You know what? This is something that you can't possibly ask for more than once in your life. And you're not even asking for it now. So trust me, I'm happy to do that to help. We can, we can marshal a couple bucks out of your friends here and there.
No,
And,
I'm
you're
fine.
not asking for anything, but I'm glad to do it. So if you
Don't-
can get him to come to terms, I'll help you get the money.
Don't slap the hand that wants to help you, brother.
Oh, John Cope. Damn it,
What?
John's in here. You said who is the kid that you got working with you? What
Lucas.
did he said he wanted a dart sport?
Yeah.
I would imagine. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask him.
Who
Okay,
said that?
I know
Who
where
said that?
there's a decent dart sport for not a lot of money, and the guy's not advertising it.
On Friday night, Larry Boyd came over to the shop and loaded up his 68 GTX on the trailer.
Mhm.
And me and Lucas were just standing there while it was being brought into the trailer. I go, Lucas, would you look at that quarter panel roof line? There is nothing like a 68 to 70 B body. I'm really trying to
I
get him to
don't know because I used to not think that. I used to think that like Dusters and Dart Sports were just but now that I own one and you sit there and you look at the body lines on that car, they're pretty damn cool.
No, I don't. I like them. I like them too. It's not that. But it ain't no B body.
You know what?
I don't know. I think I don't know.
Every time I pop the hood on a B body and I see all this room that's wasted right in front of the radiator and fan and grill, and all, I'm like, man, an A body is the answer. It's like they took a B body, whittled all the stuff away it didn't need, and made the right car.
Yeah. Yeah. But
B-body's
I'm
a
gonna have a B body. I'm gonna have a B body. It's just I still think that the fuselage cars are superior B bodies to the old stuff, but that's just
If you got something, send me pictures. I'll send it. Text me the pictures. I'll show them to Lucas.
Okay.
You never know.
The guy, I know the guy's been wanting to get rid of it, but he just hadn't. He hadn't. I don't know. He's been wanting to get rid of it, but he's gotten kind of burned on Facebook Marketplace, and right now that's pretty much the only way you could sell shit.
Yeah. I tell you what, it's a pain in the ass selling anything on Facebook Marketplace.
It is.
Gentlemen, I'm going to jump out, but Brian, do think
Oh,
about it.
boy.
I'd love to put on a telethon for you. I'll see y'all later.
We'll see you
Take
later.
it easy, Don.
Here's John. We
Ah.
take $1,500 for that 71 Hemi Cuda.
I actually there's this I kept this up here because this engine has got a snake on it. It's scary.
Oh,
But this guy, where's he at? He's got a 71 Demon original 344 speed car that has a 71 340 in it with aluminum heads, and he wants $5,000 for it. And it's not a bad looking car. It's a builder, but and I think it's got a tunnel ram on it.
Hey, Backwoods, I heard that you said that you had a question or something for me.
Oh, well, it was for John Wilburn, actually. I was wondering how many people.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I
I'm
was curious
sorry.
how many people have actually registered for No Name so far.
He keeps that close to his chest. He's
Oh,
not
man.
gonna tell you.
I just wanted to know if it's more than last year. That's all I wanted to know.
That's
I,
what
I'm
curious
pretty
of.
sure it is.
I'm almost
yeah.
100% sure it is. It's
And you got to remember this though. Now, this event it just ain't open to anybody.
Yeah.
You know, you have to have a channel with 500 subs.
I think
So
I think the numbers this year are definitely going to be more, but I don't think it's going to be an astronomical amount.
I don't either.
Duct Tape Drags is now the weekend after No Name.
Yeah.
Right, we're not on the same weekend.
Yeah, we're not on the same weekend.
That's gotta help, right?
Well, see, now my
Absolutely.
problem is it's not really a problem. It's if everything stays the same next year, I would really like to go to Holly Mo Party, No Name Nationals, and Duct Tape. If I get the vacation time, and the money together, I'd like to do all three. But now
Yeah.
I can't.
That's 3 weeks in a row, Brian.
I know that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah.
It'd be
Who
fun.
gets to take a month off of work?
It'd be a heck of a 3 weeks.
The only time I'd have to take any real time off of work would be driving to Duct Tape and back. So I'd probably have to take that whole week off. But like Mo Party, I'm going to Mo Party this year. I'm going to do Mo Party that weekend and then go straight the following weekend go into No Name.
So that little orange list would be a 7 days less if you're going to Mo Party.
Yeah, it is. It's 7 days less, but that's all right. I want to go to Mo Party, and my goal is to not have anything to buy at the swap meet for the Duster.
If you show up without that car again, Brian, I'm going to bust your chops, brother.
No, and okay, here I am going to say it right now. 100%, the car will be there this year.
Running, going down the track.
Running.
Come on,
Going
Brian.
down the
track.
track.
Running and driving is the only 100% that I'm giving anything.
If I got to put a chain on the back of Haney and drag your ass down that 8th mile, that car is going down the track.
Probably be the fastest that car ever went or ever will go.
Come on, Brian. Give us the first 5 things on the list. Let's hear what you got. Just
Well,
this
a lot of
5.
this shit is like halfway done.
Fair. That's fair.
Because I've got the drive shaft for it. I've got the rear end is almost all back together. It would have been all together today, except for the brake adjusters that I had. I've never, and I've done this a lot, guys. I know people think that I don't know shit about cars, but I've been working on cars since I was like 12. I've never been able to not get a set of one of those brake adjusters to free up.
Yeah.
Like when I was 15, my dad used to give them to me and say, "Here, get this." My dad would give them to me and say, "Here, free this up." I finally found the one today that would not. It was too rusted and bad, so I got to go buy two $11 brake adjusters, and the rear end's going back in the car tomorrow.
They're fighting you though, huh?
Yeah, that's really the only thing that was fighting me.
Well, see, that's
And
good. That's good.
I've
Drive
got
shaft's
the
a
U
big one.
joints. I've got the U joints. The drive shaft is more than likely going in the car tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And that's easy shit. And then it's hooking up the shifter, running the transmission lines. The only thing I don't have is I don't have the seat belts yet, but I can get those.
Right. Well, hell yeah, you got this then, man. You're good.
Bumpers and shit like that. Yeah, it's nothing super major.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
good.
nothing
Dude.
super major at all.
While y'all are in here, I think I asked this just before we went live, but I want to ask y'all and the people watching this. I was considering putting moving my line lock to the rear wheels so I can lock out the back brakes when I'm doing for burnout, and roll control when I'm doing donuts and stuff. But I was considering just adding in another line lock into the rear line instead of moving the front. So I would have 2 line locks, one that I could lock the front and then one that I can lock out the back. What do y'all
And that's
thoughts
for
on that?
doing burnout stuff.
Yeah. You got a camera.
It's Jed.
Good.
And John came back.
I had to switch to my laptop.
Look, Jed, Ken's still alive.
I am alive.
Holy crap, Ken!
And look, Brian got a camera.
I spent money.
He's so small, though. Look how small he is. He's so cute.
I know.
Be
That's
fair,
how
I'm
I
also
always
slouched
pictured
down
him
in my
anyway.
chair.
Okay, though.
I bet
Looks
that's-
like
I
people
bet
in the
that's awesome.
comments are saying that too. I don't know if they're commenting on what I said or commenting on this other person's comments.
I would do one or the other. I wouldn't go through all the trouble.
So,
Honestly.
I can't see comments.
I wouldn't
so-
even know if that would pass tech. I
It
just
probably won't.
Yeah.
I don't
What's
see
being
why it
discussed, I
wouldn't, because
can't
you
see
can put
that.
them on. I don't think there's a rule saying you can't do that. I could be wrong here,
I feel like it'd be a lot
What's
more
being-
trouble than it's worth.
but like I've skimmed the
Yeah.
rule books for like both, of the big bodies, and like I haven't seen anything about that.
yeah. My question was if I could just add in a second line lock into my rear line, so I didn't have to move the front one, so I could keep the feature of completely locking the front, and when I wanted to, I could just lock out the back, so I could just have control over the front brakes. That was my question: is if it would even pass tech, or what y'all's thoughts on that? 'Cause I'm honestly not sure. I was actually looking at it today. Just looking at it, I got plenty of room.
My thoughts on that is I think it's overcomplicating things and it's more stuff to fuck up.
It probably would.
I'm trying to figure out what you're really trying to accomplish, because the point of the line lock is to lock the front brakes so the rear brakes are freed up, so you can do an easy burnout.
But with the line lock on the front, you lock on the front brakes. It's either on or off.
I think he wants to be able to feather the front brakes
Yes.
while not engaging the rear brakes.
Mhm.
Yes, but at the same time, when I don't want to feather the front brakes and I want to just sit there and roast, I can just push the brakes
then-
hard, hit the line lock,
the
and that's it.
situation. I don't think the situation is gonna happen enough to warrant all of
Yeah.
the work.
I don't think it's it's when you're letting off your button, you put your foot on the brake and then you slowly feather the brake off. You want to do that, I'd say.
Okay.
No, maybe not feather off the brake. That'd be bad. Don't do that. You don't want to touch the brake afterwards.
I'm
Just roll
probably
off of it.
I'm probably going to leave my line lock alone then just leave it where it is.
You know what you could do?
I think you
You
just need to
could
go out and
put
practice
in-
doing donuts.
You could put in one of them two-way. It's for drifting, and it's a shifter. They sell them. It's not a shifter, but it's a lever. They sell them on eBay. You push it
Mhm.
forward. It's a hydraulic lever. You push it forward, it locks up the front. You pull it back, it locks up the back. And they use them in
Yeah.
drifting. It's a two-way, so it goes either way, and you just tie it into your brakes, and so your car is an automatic, right? So yeah, so you can just push that thing and pull that thing whichever way you need it, whenever you need it.
Put down.
Huh.
Like, here, let me see if I can find the link. 'Cause I was looking at one back when I was wanting to
Yeah.
do stuff with the Ranger. Let me look.
You're in the Discord, so just post a link in
Yeah.
Discord.
Let me see if I can find it.
What town does she live in? then? Does she still live in that town? I wonder. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay,
most
John, I
guys,
appreciate it.
most guys will put like a second set of calipers in the back, and they'll tie, like, you can get a bracket to put a second set of calipers, and then this will just control like that second
That's a
set of
lot of
calipers.
work there.
Well, no, you don't
Yeah.
have to do it that way.
Yeah.
but-
Well,
but
and
that's-
for drifting, yeah, I could see. I could see how they want to do that.
yeah, you just like yank it to like lock it back.
I
and get
think
it
you
to the
should just
slide.
build insane amounts of horsepower to where you don't even have to worry about a line lock at all. To where you just give it half throttle and the tires just go to smoke.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. I also don't have a lot of horsepower. It may have looked like I had like 700 horsepower in my Charger when I was doing the burnout. But
It doesn't take that much to do a burnout, guys.
No.
To do what you did, I used to do that
No.
shit all the time with my 318 satellite.
To be fair, I did
Maybe
have
that's why I went through a lot of 904s. But yeah, I used to do that with my 318 satellite.
to be fair, I guess I did have a whole bunch of crap in the trunk of the Charger when I was doing that, because I remember Jed said he was surprised it did it with all the crap back there.
Yeah.
I guess I need to have the trunk emptied out when I'm doing the burnout.
Yeah. But it's like once you get the tires spinning, a burnout, I don't really even think it's all that hard on stuff, because if you don't over rev it, once you get the tires spinning and smoking, then
Yeah, I just don't do. I don't even try to practice burnouts and donuts and stuff because
I would.
I don't have any safe place to do them without getting a ticket. So I don't even practice. I don't have anywhere to go that I could even practice.
You know what you got to do? You just got to figure out how much that ticket is, and then you just set back that money anyway and go practice.
Life advice right there.
There is a really big empty school parking lot that is
money can be made. Money can be made, but fun doing burnouts, you just can't do that every day.
Probably won't mind having some last minute tuning on the Demon with Jed once we get there. It's actually running pretty good right now, actually. But you know,
say, give me plenty more reasons to come, William.
Jed likes working on carburetors.
Oh yeah. I love working on my friend's stuff.
It is a cool one though. It's a Demon, so
it is a Demon.
Anytime we come out to visit you, you make us work on your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No point.
Free labor.
That's why he wants me to come to Kansas.
Yeah.
I don't mind because I like working on stuff. I like.
No, Mr. Hobbs, I just yeah, Mr. Hobbs, sorry, it's gonna stick with it. I want you just to come out because I want to see you swoon over my red piece of crap.
That's true.
It's a very ugly red piece of crap, but now it's a shiny red.
I don't know. After those photos you posted polishing it up.
Oh, I just got done moving all the files on my computer so I can. It's not done yet, but yeah.
Let's see, where is it? Yeah.
Did you get the whole car polished yet?
No, I took a break today.
Yeah.
We were thinking about. We wanted to show the banner that we're going to have made, but we want to make sure you were okay with people knowing what car you're bringing.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Yeah,
Okay.
That's kind of the idea right now is to bring that one.
That one.
I want to find a better shifter. I'm really not happy with the one I got.
That one just happens to be my favorite project of yours.
This is the banner that we're going to have made. It's going to be 4 foot by 8 foot, and we're going to hang it up next to our little hangout area.
Our camp. It's our camp.
Our camps.
The Muscle Car Misfits camp.
Misfits HQ.
Yeah.
I'm not camping out. I'm getting a hotel.
You guys gonna park again this year?
Huh?
You gonna park on the grass again this year?
Yep. Well, we got the same spot as last year.
I honestly like that spot.
I do too. I enjoyed that spot.
Yeah, it was nice.
Only thing annoying was no cell phone signal.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can get I'm hoping I can get my internet working, because right in front of that banner I want to put a table and we do a live like on Friday night from there, and anybody walking by we just grab them and say, "Hey, come sit down and be on the live." I don't know what time John goes to bed though, because if he camps next to us, we may be too loud for him. Do you go to bed at like old man time?
Yeah.
Not really.
Okay.
As long as I get some more grilled Slim Jims, I'm good.
I gotta buy. I gotta go to. I'm gonna end up going to going to Sam's and buying a couple of the big packs of Slim Jims. No sugar though. I gotta stay away from sugar.
I'll see if I can find a vintage Coleman stove.
I'll hook
No,
y'all up with
little
some juicy
propane
Lucy's.
powered Coleman stove.
No. The Coleman stoves actually used Coleman fuel. I don't know
Yeah,
what
that's-
it was, and then you pumped it up. I remember we used to camp a lot when I was a kid. That's what we always used was the Coleman stove. I got to figure out. I got to figure out how much breakfast food to bring.
We're gonna need plenty, and don't forget the Slim Jims.
I'm gonna bring a blanket this time in case it's cold again.
Oh, it's gonna be cold again.
I did all I brought was a jacket. I didn't think nighttime was gonna be that cold.
It was cold.
I don't think anybody thought the nighttime was going to be that cold. Jed, you thought you were going to sleep in Jezebel.
Yeah, that was wrong. Like really wrong. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. At least not in that fucking fashion.
See,
I was-
Well, it won't
I
be in Jezebel. It'll be in the Yard Dart, so it's different.
It has no interior besides one seat.
I
It has-
was actually going to rent a U-Haul, like box truck, small box truck and a trailer. Because I was like, I could load all the stuff in the back of the U-Haul. I could sleep back there. And I'd have a trailer, 100% sure have a trailer to pull the car down with. But the truck was going to cost, for the 5 days I would have had to have it, was going to cost like $175. But you add the trailer on there and it jumps up to almost $400. I'm like, God damn, why is a trailer so expensive?
See, our game plan for the weekend, we're gonna hang out at the track all day, and then really late, once everybody's already starting to go to sleep and everything, then we're gonna head back to the hotel.
If you can get out.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Don't they like lock up the gates?
I think
I
there
thought
was
there
a
were-
way out. I just didn't care.
Yeah.
I know my mom's actually wanting to come, so she'll probably be there for Friday and Saturday.
That'd be cool.
She'll be there for the burnout competition for sure.
You should have her drive the dart down.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would quite trust the Dart for 2 hours, 2.5. Plus, she was going to be camping in her car, and the Dart is not exactly comfortable for camping in. So,
I wish
How
my
far-
mom and dad. Oh, go
How
ahead.
far away is it for you, Jed?
It's like 6.5 hours or something like that. Basically, same as like William, and
Right.
it's basically just far enough that if it was any further, I'd probably say no. It's literally just on the verge.
Right.
How far is it for you, John? It's about 6 hours, isn't it?
Pulling a trailer and driving a motorhome, without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
And that's only stopping once. I usually I can't stay behind the wheel more than 3 hours, and I got to stretch my legs.
Well, it's
So-
just healthy to do that. You don't want to be cooped up that long.
And this year I'm driving by myself, so I got to drive all the way there and all the way back.
Oh, that sucks.
You ain't bringing no one with you?
No, I brought my bud last year, but he can't make it this year.
Are we going to be
So-
making Cope Racing transmission commercials again, like we did last
Oh
year?
yeah.
I always thought it was cool. You know what I thought was funny is you went around to everybody and you put Jed's dad on the commercial, but not Jed.
You know,
Yeah.
me and the old man sat there in the back of Haney. We sit there and bullshitted for about, I don't know, a good 20 minutes. He's He's a
I was
great guy.
trying to support
Oh, he
William.
is a good guy.
I was trying to support William and film him doing a burnout.
Yeah. Jed's kind of like a rock star. He's too hard to get a hold of, and you got to get a hold of his people to make an appointment to see him. So
And then if you make him mad, he runs off.
I
and do
tried a couple
trailer.
times to get over there, and he was
I'm
either on
not the
eBay.
most social person in the world.
He was either on eBay trying to sell stuff, or I don't know, fucking around with that fucking car of his or something.
Hey,
So-
hey, Jed.
I'm going to
Like I
make an
said,
appointment
fellas.
with this publicist to see if I can't get penciled in that weekend.
Yeah,
Like I said, fellas, set up an OnlyFans. You'll forget eBay entirely.
at OnlyFans.
Yes,
Why would I set up an OnlyFans?
because
Just-
you sell feet pics on there for like $3.
No, you just
Enough
put pictures
old
of your
rich
cats,
dudes start
Jed.
buying them.
I'm all about William's OnlyFans idea. What has happened in chat?
Doug dropped a bunch of potatoes on him.
Oh, I thought those were nuts.
I thought it was a bunch of hot chicks. You gotta remember I'm from Kansas.
Hey, Jed.
Yeah, William.
What do you think? Yard Dart versus Charger?
That would be
Built 273 versus built 440?
built 273. It's basically just stock specs with a little hotter cam. Call that built.
Well,
I
to
think
be
it'd be
fair,
a
the
pretty
440
interesting race.
Charger's just a cam too, and an intake.
Yeah, I got 452 heads on it with the with the Holly Street Dominator intake with the Demon carburetor.
Yeah, see, that's nothing.
Stock bottom in, not bored or anything.
Yeah, you guys should race for like $50.
I'm broke.
I would do 50
I
bucks.
gotta make sure my
I don't care.
carburetors ain't gonna spring a leak that weekend.
Well,
If he
Andy
win-
Wood will
hey.
be there.
If he wins, he can drive the Cushman.
I'm trying to understand what's going on in chat.
Somebody
Yeah.
loves poop.
Yeah, I saw that, and now it's like Jed's more like, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know who that
think
is.
that's-
We've
a
hit the
spam
weird
person.
hour in chat too.
Pretty sure that's a spam person.
You think so? It spelled my name right. Of course. it's
Okay.
3 letters. Oh God, we're starting another troll, aren't we? They're gonna hate me forever because
Because I don't know.
yeah, because people are
I-
weird.
I just noticed Ann in the background.
Yes, she is playing zombie.
Oh, she's hiding back there. Hi, Anna.
yeah, hang on.
There's more potatoes in the chat.
I think it might be poop. He makes vodka from poop. Oh no, it's potatoes. Okay. Oh, that's Dean.
Wait. Why is Jed legitimate? But what?
It's Dean. Yeah. Now, you gotta. It's Dean.
Am I
Yeah,
missing
Dean is a
something?
character. It's the key.
The
Dean is
one a
Dean.
bango.
Did I miss the communal tasting of the punch? Did I miss something? I'm not answering these questions.
The chat has officially gone off the deep end.
It
Yeah.
has.
Hey, at least it's
It's a
them.
weird
this
hour
time
for the
and
chat.
At least it's them this time and not us. You know.
At least Dougster here is talking about our cars.
Yeah, we haven't talked about a penis once.
Wait, what are people talking about?
Well,
they were doing?
you
What are talking about?
ruined
Well,
that.
there we go.
Well,
Yeah, there
you
you
just
go.
ruined it. You
I
done
was
said
on-
it. You done opened up the floodgates.
Jed, I was on JB's live last night, and they were getting a little rowdy. And
Yeah,
they
you
were
were
like,
talking
"Oh
about
yeah,
it.
you didn't know what you were expecting coming in here." I'm like, "You guys ain't never seen none of our old lives from like 2 years ago when we first started doing this. We'd go to the dark side of fucking Amazon."
You never know. I mean, honestly, honest to God, how do you react when you walk into a room full of guys coming?
Y'all ever play
Hmm.
Soggy
Like that
Biscuit?
was marinade.
Oh, come on, man. What? You know, God damn it.
All right, I'm going to mute my mic and turn my air conditioner on for a second. Oh, yeah, you know what we are missing, though? I did it again.
The smooth jazz.
We're missing the smooth jazz. Hold on.
How do we miss that all this time?
I'm
The
slipping.
conversation has just been that good.
There we go.
I'm getting too big for my britches doing all these great interviews with people.
You just go back out the fuck side. Okay. No one talks down on jazz in town.
You know, this is kind of funny. Jed sent me some smooth jazz the other day that I wasn't expecting. That was a good song, Jed. I listened to that taking my morning poop, and
Yes.
like solid song, dude. I was just like, this is just right.
Yeah, that's. I meant to put that out like a day earlier, but I forgot all my shorts were set to private. Because I always
Wait,
watch.
the Jed sends me cool marketplace listings.
I try to spend my friends' money.
Dean, I will play Vanilla Ice. Do not tempt me.
What is
I
that,
don't-
Brian?
There's air conditioner.
His air conditioner. So, John Cope, are you going to be bringing that vehicle with the air conditioner on it to No Name?
My RV?
No, the one that John Wilburn showed.
What did he show?
We were talking about having something for my Cushman to go up against.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna bring that.
Oh,
That
that would have been a hilarious match.
I don't even have room on the trailer for a pit vehicle.
Oh,
And the good thing is, it's not that big of a track, so you really don't even need a pit vehicle.
yeah.
You know. So, but I saw that actually just floating around on Facebook somewhere, and I screenshot it, and me and Two Hacks and Wilburn are in our little chat thingy, and I sent it to him. I said, "Hey man, this would be great for fucking William to race in the fucking against the Cushman." They all got a kick out of it, so it was just wishful thinking.
Oh, okay. Just a funny internet picture.
That's all it was, yeah. But we got a chuckle out of it. We were thinking about you, you know. Since no one stepped up to the plate yet.
I don't have anything
Yeah.
cool.
Why they won't let you join the monkey bike race with that thing?
I'm not even going to ask about that.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't
This
mind going
is
up
good.
against some people just for fun, but for winning's sake, no. I wouldn't even want to enter.
what you should do, William, is call out the winner of the monkey bike in a call out.
That's an idea right there.
Yeah, that would work.
The winner of the monkey bike has got to race the Cushman, and for something I don't know, whatever, you can race for dinner.
Yeah.
We used to race when we were kids. We used to race for sliders, White Castles, because we were broke. We were all broke. I'll race you for a hamburger.
I like that.
So, I'll give it a couple more weeks. If nobody replies to it by then I'll definitely do that.
Found my pit bike.
Oh.
I
Oh,
can't
nice.
think of another name for it though. That's kind of
That's awesome.
Yeah.
it might be a little I don't know.
Brian, I might have a video clip I might want to share.
Okay. Do you remember how to do it?
Yeah. I was just actually deciding if I wanted to spoil it or not, but
Do it.
it's not that cool. Don't be thinking it's like really cool. Okay.
Well, now we have to peer pressure you because we're curious.
Okay. It's just the time lapse from polishing. But the thing I want to show is not the video clip, but that's the paint, the quarter panel. End of the clip. Back. End of the clip.
Is that
And
stuff
was
you
just-
used on the satellite as well?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's like right there you can see that. Like you can see it's already got kind of a shine to it, but it just brings it out. And then you put the wax on there, and it's insane.
What's the name of that stuff again?
Yeah, I want to get some of that stuff. I'm thinking about doing that truck.
It's like Luke at Fix It. I don't know if I got a picture of it in here or not. There's like half a picture of the bottle. Oh, here we go, right here. Sorry, it's not that great. He's got a YouTube channel. It's on video, I think, with his phone number and stuff. Here.
Might order me some.
I can't believe that paint came out looking like that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, it's so you get spots. So like, here's a good example of the fender was all done, no wax yet, but then the door, they then started working on here, and you can see where it ends right about here.
Did it stop raining?
Yeah, that's where it's stuff raining.
You're kidding me.
I wonder how that would work on the on my 65 Cushman.
It'll restore any paint, any old single stage paint. Like this is like just buffing it with the. Now, I mean, you'll burn through rags and it's very labor intensive. There's no real way to use a buffing wheel with the cleaner because the cleaner acts more like glass cleaner. You rub it on, you rub it off, but you don't like wax it on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was, 2 days worth of work, and then that was after wax.
So what you're saying is get the 17-year-old kid downstairs to do it, pay him $5.
Yes. Here's a good example of this is exactly the reason why I took these photos, Anna.
Wow.
Side by side.
That is
insane.
Cool.
So you get problems like this area right here where you can see where there's 2 coats of red on the car, and the underneath the original red is starting to bleed through, so you get like these tiger stripes. And I mean, you could care or not care, but regardless, it's undeniably better.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well, that's like we were talking about though earlier. Is driving old ratty cars is fun. So you just make it look a little bit shinier, and hell, going down the highway, nobody's gonna tell.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, yeah, you could sand it all down and repaint it, but then everything else has got to be better, and then you're into a restoration, and then it never gets done. And yeah, what I'm doing takes a lot of effort, but I think we'll agree.
The only money you're out's a bottle of stuff. I guarantee that. I guarantee those the stuff you use costs a hell of a lot less than a paint job.
I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, is it 10 grand? Because you're looking at 10 grand just materials for a good paint job nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think just most people would be scared of the work. And then, you may not get good results. You may get spots like my hood where it's not real shiny and smooth. But that's up to, if you want to, care enough.
It looks better than if you shot it with a bunch of spray cans.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And it looks better than a Rust-Oleum paint job.
I don't know. My brother-in-law at Angel Lake Garage, he's done some pretty awesome spray paint jobs. Not gonna lie, he's done a few that actually look pretty dang good. Don't know how it would polish, but appearance-wise, it looks pretty good.
That's a nice comment.
Yeah. Whatever, let them go. If they say something real heinous, they'll get kicked out.
So what else is everybody up to?
Not a whole lot. I'm actually thinking about ending this and going to bed early so I could actually get some work done tomorrow.
Well, you got to remember to turn your computer off, Brian.
I have not played a video game all weekend.
That's. Well, you
Not
didn't play
even-
games last weekend, did you?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I gained my ass off last weekend. I didn't do shit last weekend. It was hot. It was really hot.
Yeah.
That was a miserable hot.
The feels like temperature today over here was like 112.
Nice.
I watched
Actual was like 96.
I watched Ryan Hall on YouTube, the best weather guy in the world, and he said it's supposed to start cooling off actually.
Yeah. Tomorrow we start cooling off a little bit.
I don't know how John's too close to Canada. You're too close to Canada for my taste. You get those winters up there you get that lake effect snow, don't you? John?
I'm sorry. Me, John?
Yeah.
I
You're
was
the
just
only kid here now.
I was just at Lake Michigan tonight with my family.
But yeah, you get that lake effect snow in the wintertime, don't you?
You do.
That's evil shit there. I've seen some of that.
It's weird. It's just like a 3-mile wide, 10-mile long path of moisture coming off the lake, and it snows there and nowhere else. It's really weird.
That is weird.
You can drive into it, and in a mile you're in a foot of snow, and then get on the other side, drive out of it, you're out of the snow.
That's why I like living in the South.
Yeah, but it ain't Canada.
It's close enough.
No, it ain't Canada.
It's pretty close, but it's not
Just-
that close.
Just south of Memphis, Tennessee, we don't really see ice and snow a lot. I mean, we see it maybe 2 or 3 times a year, if that. And
Yeah, but isn't it when you guys get? Oh no, you're not as bad as Texas. Texas, if they get an inch of snow, they shut that whole state down.
Memphis freaks out. If there's a threat of if there's a decent threat of anything, schools are closed.
And all the milk, bread, and eggs have been bought.
Milk,
Yeah.
bread, and toilet paper. Yep.
Hey Brian, don't we do have Canadians, but we're not in Canada.
Hey,
I don't like Canadians.
You may or may not.
Sorry to anybody who's Canadian in my chat or to my Canadian subscribers. Just
Oh,
know I don't like you.
hey.
I can't have that many Canadian subscribers. Watch, I go back and I lose like 100 subs. It's like, wow, okay.
All your subscribers are Canadian.
All of them came from
GBA.
80 Speed Shop.
We love your duster, eh?
It's okay. All Brian's Canadian subs can just come over to me. That's fine.
I
Williams
actually
all
have people from
inclusive.
Sweden that watch my channel.
Well, you got that big Uncle Tony boost.
I did.
You
I
probably
really
got
did.
people from Botswana watching your channel.
We've got the Netherlands, Mexico, New Zealand, the UK, Sweden.
Where do you see
Australia. I'm in YouTube Studio on my computer right now.
Okay, where do I look in studio to see?
you go there, Brian, and it'll give you their address, phone number, and everything, buddy.
Oh, I wish they did.
All right, you pull open Studio,
Uh-huh.
and then you go to. I was just on the thing. Where'd it go? Channel Analytics, and then click on Audience.
Analytics.
Hmm.
Audience.
And you
Interesting.
just scroll down.
You guys didn't know how to do that?
No, I didn't know how to do that.
4.1% of people that watch are female.
You have a lot of female viewers. Mine's like
Or-
0.1.
For the lifetime on my channel, from May 2011 to, I guess, yesterday, 55.3% United States, 6.2% Canada, 3.1% Mexico, 2% Germany, 1.7 UK, 1.4 Brazil, 1.2 France, 1.1 Australia, 0.8 Russia, and 0.8 Argentina.
I have no Canada.
They don't like you either, buddy.
Well, see,
That's fine with me.
they left your channel that fast and came to mine. So that 6.2% of Canada, some of that probably came from you. So appreciate it.
I have
I'm in
25
trouble.
views in India.
Brian, why'd you have to start hating on Canadians? Because I have 6.2% Canadian and 77.7%
My
American.
Canadian is 9.8.
Number 2, however, is Australia, and then United Kingdom, and then it gets weird. It gets uncomfortable.
Really? Hold on. I will show this on screen.
Uncomfortable?
People.
Well, I mean, you go to Brazil, Sweden, Germany, New Zealand, Indonesia, France, and then they get like really small. I have 10 people from Hungary who watch me.
There is no Canada on there. Indonesia is second.
South Africa.
Okay, Brian, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but there's a couple numbers in front of mine.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a couple thousand million numbers in front of yours.
However,
I
your
have a
average,
baby channel, but you would think even
However-
with a baby channel, some
Hey,
people
Brian,
from Canada would be watching.
top right.
You're-
Change
you're-
that from the last 28 days to lifetime.
oh yeah, we should do that. I was gonna say because your view
Oh,
duration
yeah.
is better than mine.
Hold on.
Oh my
28
god.
days.
Because that's what I did on mine. It's
Lifetime.
lifetime.
Oh,
I'm
Mine
very
gets that
popular.
Whoa, look at all of them.
Whoa, I've got people from Russia that have watched my channel.
I got people from Japan.
Japan. Wow.
Italy, Malaysia, Thailand, Poland, South Africa.
Vietnam.
Yeah, South Africa.
Glad
in
to
the
have
last
ya.
28 days. I can't believe there's no Canada in the last 28 days. That's funny.
Anna, look at that number. That big number.
Isn't that one Charger that sits way up with the big, huge ass tires? Isn't that car in Japan?
Yes, the black one,
Yeah.
the duck on the hood. Yeah.
Maybe that's where I'm getting my Japan views from. Maybe they like my car.
Well, I'm friends with a friend of his on Facebook. Shokagawa owns the Magic Powder Challenger in Japan.
Magic powder? What? Is that like cocaine bear?
I like that name.
I can't remember. I think that's the name of it. I think that's the name. It's got 360 in it. It's got some funky. He changes the paint job like every 3 years.
I haven't seen that movie yet. I really want to. Cocaine Bear? Has anybody in here seen
Oh, that movie's gold.
it?
It's good.
Ken, I know you've seen it.
What?
Cocaine Bear?
No, actually not yet. It's on my to-do list.
It is gold. It is worth the watch.
It's good.
You know, me and my son, I wish I knew how to write a screenplay because there's a true story that I would really love to see a movie about. It happened in World War One. It was I can't remember where they were fighting, but it was the Germans and the Russians fighting in World War One. They had to call a truce because they were losing more people to wolves. Wolves would get in the trenches and just massacre people. That would make such a cool movie, wouldn't it? Like a horror movie. Okay, maybe I'm the only one who thinks that way.
That
I
would've
know
been
there
kinda
was.
cool
I
to
know
watch.
there was. I think it was in World War One or two. I forget which side he was on, but it must have been German or something. But this one guy was really, really high on meth or something.
That would be
and
Germany.
went on like a 2-week tirade with killing people and just craziness.
He was Finnish. I know that story.
That would be an awesome movie.
World War II, what a time. We had meth chocolate and everything else.
Only the finest.
Hitler really loved that shit.
Well, he was
Can you
really big
avoid
into that whole
that?
super soldier ideology and stuff.
I think the funny
Oh,
thing
there's-
about it was
there's
they didn't
video.
tell him it was in there.
There's video of
It's in
him
there.
at the Olympics, and he's just sitting there. You can tell he is just tweaking his ass off.
Yeah, I've seen that video on Facebook a while back.
You know,
He's very
there,
fidgety.
there was
Fidgety. He goes beyond fidgety.
there was rumors that he actually had early stages of Parkinson's.
Oh well, maybe it wasn't the meth then. Maybe he had Parkinson's.
Oh, are we talking about Bad Mustache Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh,
you're allowed to
he
say his
actually-
name, right?
He had
I don't know. Hey, boys, have a good one. I'm hitting the hay.
All right,
John.
all right.
It's been a pleasure.
John,
Good night.
We start talking
There's
about
actually a
weird shit.
really
I'm
good
gonna leave.
documentary
Bad
about
mustache
this,
man with the pinwheel flag.
Yeah, well, there's actually
You're
a
allowed
really
to
good
say his
documentary.
name, aren't you?
Wait, you're not monetized, are you?
No, but I still think you're allowed to say his name.
Oh yeah.
No,
it's not
they
like-
weren't
Well,
Nazi wolves. That's just the whole thing. They weren't Nazi wolves. They had to call a truce. Both sides had to call a truce and kill all the wolves before they could start fighting again. It was
Like,
fucked up. Well,
I know-
but it was because of the fighting and the dead bodies that were laying out, and that attracted the wolves in. And then the wolves were like, "Ooh, look, candy," and just started eating people. Because wolves don't play around.
That took place in 1917.
Where at?
That's what I'm currently on the look for.
Because somebody needs to write a screenplay about that. That would just make an awesome horror movie, and you wouldn't even have to go like supernatural with it. Just regular wolves are scary enough. Hollywood would probably turn them into werewolves, and they would probably,
I would
shimmer
watch
in the
that.
sunlight or some bullshit.
That'd be cool. Like, no, that'd be cool, and it'd make sense, right? Like, people said they're wolves, but they're really werewolves. Like, yeah, that'd be cool. I'd watch that. That'd be a good movie. You should write that screenplay and sell it to Hollywood. That sounds dope as shit, dude. I would watch that
can't
werewolf
write
movie.
a screenplay.
That is an awesome idea for a movie.
You know what I could do? I could go on Chat GPT and tell it to write me a screenplay.
Like, have you guys ever watched the movie Dog Soldiers?
No.
It's about this
Brian, it's
a
Lithuania.
British special forces team that's doing training like out in the woods, and they stumble upon a family of werewolves, and it's just them getting the shit beat out of them by these werewolves like the whole movie. It's great. It's a great movie. Everybody in the chat, go watch the movie Dog Soldiers. Jed, you'd like it. It's really fucking good.
I was gonna tell Anna to make a note of that, but she's passed out.
Just smack her really hard. She'll wake up.
So throw a pen at her.
It works too.
Should I-
no, that's when you need to have a really big book that you just open up and just close really fast.
Well, there is.
Just fire a
something-
gun off in the house.
I was gonna say there's a sniper Mosin right there, and then there's a Mosin. There's actually
Just
got
shoot
some
it with
blank.
a fire extinguisher.
You got some blanks, right, Jed?
no. I don't shoot blanks.
What's a
William.
blank?
Fucking Dean's funny, dude.
Oh damn.
It was World War One, not World War II, so they couldn't be Nazi wolves.
Brian,
You're
it took
right.
place in Lithuania.
He's muted.
Dude, fuck it. I'm gonna write a best-selling fucking movie. Fucking
Best-selling movie.
Fuck it, I'll make a comic book, best-selling comic book.
There
See,
you go.
I want it to be werewolves. I just want it to be regular wolves because regular wolves are scary enough.
No, they are, right? They are. You're 100%
I mean,
right.
if you're stuck outside with a bunch of corpses, you know.
But it just makes sense that, like, after the war, the story where it got out, and they just would have been regular wolves because people don't believe in werewolves. So it just makes sense.
Chat's getting weird.
Chat's been weird for a little bit now.
Yeah,
I kind of,
Yeah.
You know
that's been a little weird.
I'm happy
I'm
to
sorry,
have you here,
Chat.
Chad.
I'm logging off of you, so sorry anybody in there. Raker, I love you, man, but yeah, you guys are getting a little. I'm getting concerned about the mental health of the chat. I'm closing it. I'm just gonna pretend like it doesn't exist. Sorry, I don't want to be that guy, but being that guy.
Amazon Women on the Moon. That was actually a movie, wasn't it?
No, that's the one that threw me. That was the last one for me. I thought it was another bomb.
I thought that was the actual movie.
It probably is. I just
Yeah.
figured it was another one.
Dancing
Yeah.
alone with regular guys.
All right, guys. We've been
Chat,
2
what
hours and 40 minutes. I'm probably going to end it. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Thanks, all you 13 people who are still here. It's not late enough for me to tell you to go to bed, but
Can't stay here.
I'll see y'all later.
Have a
See
good
ya.
night.